Welcome to the Gamingbrew channel. This is Rise of Harlock, episode 5. In our last session, our group put down the hunter Hazim and learned by some good detective work by searching in a stump where they found a magic item. But a strange alchemist has been buying hard to find reagents from the merchant and the head of the rebellion, Baron. The group tracked down, or attempted to track down, but were unsuccessful in finding out exactly where this went until they were speaking to a Rusko named Noala Matashi. Noala Matashi asked them to help her investigate some blight that was encroaching on Novavasi and some of the forestry to the north and the east. As you guys approached this blight, you saw some of the trees rise up and try to lash out at you, and you're able to keep your distance and put them down. But as you guys approached a small den, and as you guys snuck inside to see what was going on, surrounded by the dead and dying forest, 2 wererats that were eating a diseased wolf looked up at you and asked you if you were there. I just blanked on her name. Zilri, that's the one. If you were sent by Zilri. So as we pick up, I'm gonna set the mood again for where you guys were. So yeah, just disposed of the 3 deadly stumps that were outside. Bam, there we go. The narrow tunnel that Sylvia was crawling in first, followed by Silas and Yuska. Yuska with his pass without a trace up. Leads down into a cramped den lit by a shimmering pool of oily water. The chamber stinks of wet fur and sick. Next to the pool, between the gnarled, dying tree roots, is the rotting carcass of a once truly gigantic wolf. 2 5-foot unkempt humanoids with wiry limbs, beady little eyes, and filthy matted fur are eating the remnants of the wolf's carcass. Their darting eyes are staring at you as you enter, but they continue to feast. As you get a better look at these 2 creatures, you can make out the grim-encrusted leather armor and the short swords that lie in the dirt next to them as they feast. So you have the black pool. And then the 2 wererats, as you crept down, they were like staring at the entrance as you encroached. Did Zilri send you?
Yes.
Do you have what we need?
That depends. What do you need?
The one closest to you, Sylvia, stands up a bit, picks up a short sword. The one next to it just looks over and just keeps feasting on the carcass.
I'm gonna slowly move in a little more so the rest of the party can come in.
As you make your way deeper in, the smell gets almost overwhelming. Not for Sylvia, but for Silas and Yuska and Ikanik, and it kind of wafts through this small tunnel. And the closer you get to the oily pool of water and the dead wolf carcass, it's extremely pungent. Like you can see the smell of sick in the air. You have vial. You have the vial.
Yes, we have the vial. What do you need it for?
What do you mean? Zilri told you what we need. She just said bring the vial.
She told us to bring you the vial, but not what it was for. I just want to know what it's for.
Make a deception check.
I'm surprised you didn't ask me to do that right away.
Ikanik would lean forward to Yuska and just kind of whisper like, "Who's Zilri?"
I don't think we've figured that out yet. But she is, well, whoever it is the one that, was talking to Azim. But she might be responsible for this. I'll whisper back.
With a 14, the Wererat looks at you a little cross. The one that's filling its face with the dead wolf sits up too. He walks up a bit to you. He gets really close to Sylvia. And then really fast, he starts to run his hands through your pockets. Where's the vial? Where's the vial? Vial!
I said we have the vial, not that I have the vial.
Ha! He reaches over to Silas. Do you have the vial? Vial.
Ikanik would take a step back into Lucan.
What do you need the vial for? And then we'll give you the vial after you tell us what it's for.
The alchemist needs it. We were supposed to deliver it. And why is there 5 of you? There used to only be 1 of you. The file's too heavy.
We came into a lot of resistance on the way here. We had to make sure the vial was safe. Where are you to deliver this?
Alchemist in northward, deeper into the blight, deep into home.
How much further north?
The one that's closest to you looks over his shoulder at the one that's feasting. How close? That one looks up. He looks back at you guys. We just walk until we get there.
Okay, well, we're gonna take the vial there.
No.
You guys stay here.
I will take the vial and earn the favor of the mistress.
Is the alchemist responsible for the blight?
The alchemist spreads joy to everyone. But you like some, and he rubs his fur across your chest. You just go, you're too clean. Just a bite, just a nibble. You could be perfect like us.
I'm gonna take a swing at him with my short sword.
I was about to say, I'm going to cast Moonbeam directly on him.
Okay, let's roll initiative.
But as Yusuke is going to say, as I'm casting it, I'm going to just say, well, it seems you're responsible for the blight, so...
Do we have surprise on this attack?
No, because everyone's like engaged.
Yeah.
Oh
no, he's like right there.
Sorry, I'm looking for Moonbeam.
Oof, 21.
So Lucan. You see Sylvia he's going for his dagger, he's about to jam it.
Oh my god, why can't I bring it on there?
I have my
Lucan's
sword out.
Yeah, Lucan's gonna quickly look up from his book and see that nothing really of an event has happened yet. He's gonna go back to reading his book.
Okay.
Waiting for us to leave this gross tunnel.
Sure. Ikanik.
Alright, anywho, as I'm casting Moonbeam...
Oh, you don't get it. You don't get to your turn. You don't get to your turn. There's no surprise.
Shut up. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
You don't get surprised if people are staring at each other already.
Sorry. Ika's just gonna be startled by the whole thing, and she doesn't like how weird they're being, so she's just still pressing up like against Lucan's leg,
Okay.
trying to get like a little bit more distance, and she's not sure what's happening. So.
Alright, so what started this off is you saw the two of you saw Sylvia start to... He's motioning the attack, so Sylvia.
And I have advantage.
You, so this Wererat, it looks over at you as you just drive your short sword into its chest and it falls to the ground.
After that, I'll pass. I didn't expect it to die that easy.
Silas, the Wererat just was stabbed by Sylvia in front of you. The other Wererat looks up. You're muted.
That's close. I'll actually just go up here. And this thing.
15 hits. Do you have your scimitar too?
Yep.
11 misses.
Okay.
So you come across with your flow and you catch the Wererat as it's standing up from its meal. Then you swing your scimitar and it jumps to the side and dodges it. Your mic's a little echoey too.
Is it? Okay.
Yuska. You want to use that moonbeam and kill it? if you want to cast it still.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it because I had a one-liner for that.
Go for it.
Well, if you are responsible for spreading the blight, then the only favor that I'm afraid that we can give you is Lunawind's favor.
You failed the con save.
So I won't even drag it out.
Yeah. Both the Wererats. The first one is stabbed and falls to the ground in front of you. The other one is bathed in this moonlight aura. And now it's just silence in this blight hill.
I'm gonna search their bodies to see if they have like a note or anything from Phil.
Cool. Make an investigation.
Sylvia, I'm assuming that they're talking about. I'll pull out the red vial. Just hold it up.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So it's pretty easy to search these two Wererats. Most of their armor and clothing is ripped or very loose, and you run your hands through it. It's disgusting and matted, and you get grime all over your hands and dried blood and filth. But besides the short swords, nothing else really of value on or around them.
Yuska will lean back towards Eek. Do you mind looking around for any sources of where this blight might be coming from? I'm gonna do something real quick. Well,
Okay.
I guess not real quick, but I'm going to do something.
Okay. How long is it gonna take?
About 10 minutes.
Okay, I'll come back in like 10 minutes.
I will go into the center of the room and I will begin ritually casting Detect Magic.
You got it?
So I'll drop the pass without a trace.
Okay.
Rika's gonna look around the inside of this tree to see if she can find any traces to what could be causing the blight.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna go outside and hide behind like this tree over here, and just take my bow and arrow and watch if anybody comes while they're doing that.
Cool. Give me a investigation, Eek. Give me a perception, Sylvia.
If you're both going to be in here for this long, I'm going to be outside where it doesn't smell. And then Lucan's going to walk out and just lean against the trunks of the tree.
You get used to it.
I want to take a look at this larger wolf that's partially eaten out.
Okay.
See if there's anything normal with that.
Sure. So with the 60 investigation from Eek, the pool it's not deep, but you can see that it's fed from a spring that drips down into the pool. And inside this pool, it's but if you look at it, you can see it's been mixed with something, like something alchemical or mutagenic. It's almost like grease on top of water, and you can see the slick on top of it. I hear some vibrations.
Oh, sorry. I lick it.
You lick it?
Yeah.
Make con save.
I don't know if she survived this long. Okay, hold on.
We're gonna get a Avis.
God.
You take 3 points of acid damage as you lick this like alchemical concoction.
Eh. Does it remind me of the blight? Does it like taste like death?
It tastes like you just licked a pimple on a troll's ass.
Ew.
Ooh.
So kind of blighty?
Oh yeah. Outside Sylvia, nothing like startles you or throws you off that something's coming, but it's almost like the trees around you, they move and they sway, like they feel your presence is there. Like the vines kind of slowly fall in and they fall out, even though there's no wind.
Like, are they coming
Oh, shit.
towards me in any way?
They can't reach you, but they just kind of
He's here.
the grass kind of moves towards your ankles and fades out a bit and then moves towards your ankles. Like it's trying
Is
to
it
make
like-
contact with you, but it
Oh,
can't quite reach you.
But it's okay. I'll just stand there.
It's Silas, as you look at this half-eaten, now blighted wolf corpse. This wolf was once you could tell it was once a mighty specimen. It used to be like the den mother or like the patron of this wolf clan. It's covered in all the rat marks and bites from when they were feasting on it. But it resembles the wolf from outside. Like it's been parts of its body are rotted and just falling off the bones. The fur is matted, almost kind of like the Wererat itself. But nothing that would jump you or like give you cause or any kind of explanation.
After licking the pool, Eek would want to go outside to try to find some source of why it's dripping down. But before she does, she would quickly go over to the wolf that Silas is examining and like push the dirt onto it and try to give it like some sort of burial that's really, really fast and half-assed done. And then she's like, okay. And then she would run outside.
Okay. When she runs out, Yuska, you get your tech magic goes off, and the entire pool gives you pause. Like all the water sources in here are magical. Gives you a faint aura to it.
Is it just like the water acid sources? There's nothing else. Like, would I be able to discern like if there's a source or if it's just like a pool?
With the 30-foot range, you feel it in the pool, and you feel it from like the water that trickles into to make the pool filled. So the water that's pouring into it also bears
Okay.
magic.
But there doesn't seem to be like another source. It's just where the water's coming
Yeah,
from.
just where the water is.
Okay.
And it would be necromancy.
necromancy.
So the water that's coming down from the ceiling or whatever is the water.
Yep.
Not the
Hmm.
okay.
This is very unnatural. It's tainted, but with some sort of magic. I don't understand. I don't seem to be seeing a source down here, though. Yuska will leave the den and go out, like, on that side of, like, where the pool is and see if he can... He's not going to venture too far from the party, but just
You
kind
probably
of...
see Eek.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And just try to gauge, like, where that might be coming from.
So when you go outside and you walk to the south part of the tree, you can see where the small trickle of water flows into the tree, and you can see the water goes northward. And your detect magic picks up along the entire route of the water. And it just continues northward past your vision, going deeper into the blight continues farther past this tree.
Eek would probably not there, actually. She'd be following the river. At least 60 feet. 60 feet. And then she'd probably come back.
Make a perception check.
5.
Sylvia, you watch Ikanik start to walk past the river, and she doesn't notice it, but you see one of the vines resembles the ones that were around the wolf, and it starts to reach out slowly towards her, slowly, cautiously. Like it wants to grab her by the leg.
I'm gonna shoot it with my bow.
Okay. "16 hits. So you're walking, and an arrow just smashes this vine that was right at your ankles, and then the tree, and it just falls to the side.
Is it dead?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go retrieve my arrow.
Okay.
Well, thanks, Olivia. That was very nice.
Yeah, I didn't want to like eat you or anything.
I don't know if vines eat things, but maybe it was eating that wolf right there.
Maybe.
It's not natural. Let's go back. She headed back to the group, specifically Yuska. She had explained what she found, which was nothing really, and the vine.
There's something in this water. But I think
Yeah.
this will take us to where we need to go. Or at least closer to where the source of this is.
Is Zilri causing the blight?
If she's giving them these vials and this alchemist is doing something to cause what I could only assume is this, then yes.
I think you should tell Theriel.
Theriel is gone from this place. I don't understand why. Or how. But if he was here, then this couldn't be.
Ikanik would go up to a nearby tree and put her like feather hands on it and kind of look at it.
It's soft and it mushes when you grab it. It's like.
Should take it back. Theriel. She was gonna touch it and say it, but now she's just looking up.
It's like a banana.
I think when I attempt to talk to whatever deity has sent me here, either Amira or I don't know, but I might try to see if Theriel has any guidance.
Yeah, I think a lot of gods listen to you.
Theriel is not one to listen to any mortal or anything not explicitly from nature, but perhaps given these circumstances he'll at least maybe something, but I will try, little buddy.
Okay, I'll go see if Resmir has anything to do for us. And she'd walk over to Lucan, try
And
not
just-
to step too much.
Yuska looks very visibly upset, given like everything around. And then I'll also head back to the group.
Hey, Lucan. Lucan.
Hi.
Lucan.
And I close my book and attach it to my belt. How can I help?
So, does Resmir like nature?
Resmir is all-seeing and all-lawful, but nature is not necessarily his main domain. Why do you ask?
Because Yuska said Theriel's gone. So I thought that maybe you could ask Resmir to help some trees and the animals here, because they're not very healthy.
That's not necessarily something Resmir can do, but what he can do, and what he's doing now, is watching over us. We'll act as his will and make sure whatever is wrong is fixed.
I love the cat in the background.
He's really upset that he's not in this room right now.
Please.
Echo is like, let me out of the Feywild.
Please.
It's her own sprinkle. Okay, and she's really disappointed in that answer. It's not something that she wanted to hear. And she would just kind of go to the wolf and it's by these bushes and try to scoop dirt onto it like she did with the wolf inside.
Hmm?
She kind of makes up her own little tune. She's like, they real, they real, they real. They. Like she's just singing to herself.
I'll let Sylvia and Silas know, like, with what I'm seeing with the detect magic.
Hmm?
I don't know what direction north that we need to go, but I'm sure we should follow this river or whatever it is.
Is the river heading north?
Mhm.
Oh, then I totally agree. We should try and find this alchemist person, which is also to the north. Maybe
I
they're the
think
ones
we
causing-
should also be careful. The water is necrotic. I don't understand how, but we should avoid it, but definitely follow it.
I second that. Resmir doesn't work in coincidences. The fact that we're here now and this river of whatever it is heading north means it's where we must go.
I have a feeling this alchemist person has something to do with it.
Yuska will go over and help Eek.
How's the ground? Is that super mushy? Like mud?
It is mushy. And if you go into if you go a little deeper and you try to get some dirt from there, it almost turns into like tar. It's like very sticky.
When she gets there, she wouldn't be trying to dig anymore because her feathers would get really nasty. She's like wiping it off when Yuska comes over.
The wolf carcass is bloated in areas, covered in like pus and its decaying body. And there's the marks where the branches were feasting on it while it was laying there, or was wrapped up. So it's a
Are the branches still on it?
no.
Okay.
Once you guys let them know they're there, they all unfurled and were trying to reach you.
Okay. Are we good to go?
I'm ready if you guys are.
Aye.
What time of day is it?
Lead the way.
This will put you around 2 in the afternoon. A little past midday. Yeah.
I say we travel for as long as we can and then rest when it gets dark. Who knows what could be in this forest at night?
Probably make a guess. Probably some more owls. Maybe.
Probably.
Might be a bear. Probably some more owls. She tries to listen for any birds.
Nothing. No birds. No insects. Strange. But you guys press onward, following the river. As you guys press
Equid trying to
forward,
be on the lead.
the plants continue just like the den from before, sickly and dying. After passing deeper into this corrupted forest, all plant life is dead. They are limp or rotten, and the air stinks of sweet floral decay. No birds chirp, no insects buzz, and you guys continue forth. 20 minutes pass. Or you think so, about 20 minutes, and you pass into more death around you. Smaller trees and plants, though, after this 20 minutes they've returned, but they're twisted and deformed as they rise up from the soil. Their leaves drip with oily sap. Branches are gnarled and bark appears to be almost draconic scale-like. Many of the plants are covered in odd pustules that emit faint glowing light on them. And gnats pick up and they start to swarm around these glowing lights.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I know what iron hearts are.
Hmm?
Ironwood hearts. Would I know a property that, like, are they poisonous?
No.
Okay, they're just a thing that happens because of the blight.
Mhm.
Okay. That's it.
You swat one of these insects away from you because they start to swim around you. When you swat it, they burst into flame and they fall like ash, and they leave this really terrible smell behind them. And these little gnats get thicker and thicker the farther you guys now walk into this newer stage of blight. As you pass deeper into this massive blight, the plant branches, the ones that were deformed, they begin to shudder and quake at the sensation of you passing by. So as you're walking through, they all just... Up ahead, after traveling for some time now, it's been almost an hour of travel. A thick wall of brambles stretches in front of a hillside. And it looks like this. So in front of you and all around you is the dead, sick, dying blight. In front of you, which is represented by this stuff over here, is a thick wall of bramble that have merged together.
Oh, well.
In the center, which is right here, it's a thorny iris has formed in the center of this wall of blight, almost like a doorknob or like a knocker of some sort. And then behind you, you can see the hill that rises up. And the hillside is about 100 feet past the bramble.
So is the bramble wall is kind of like an Hadrian's wall sort of thing?
Reaches up almost 12 feet tall, just thick
jeez.
entwined vines and branches just woven together.
Can I look for footprints?
Yeah. Make a investigation.
My survival is higher.
Sure.
Looking for life. Oh, I guess.
So looking around as Silas and the Nevermore kind of keep to the front, East and Eek next to each other, you see the ground is a little soft, so you can see indents of what looks to be little kind of Wererat feet. You can see that their feet
Oh,
scurry up towards this bramble. And they come in both directions. Dozens of footprints. Going both ways.
I think those guys in the tree were here. A lot.
Should we go check out that door? See if we can. If there's anybody in.
Yuska will walk to about here. He's gonna look around to see if there's like any of those vines, anything
Give me a perception.
before approaching the door.
23's good. That's a good idea. More of that shadow blight slowly just sways back and forth, just waiting for something to get close to so they can reach out to grab it.
We should be careful before we approach the door. There's more of those blighted vines. He'll
How
take
flammable does everything look?
I'm sorry?
It's a legit question.
Yeah, I mean,
They all look dead and void of.
I'm not casting that. I was trying to read my spell. Ignore me.
you could catch fire to some of the rotted plant life if you wanted to, yeah.
Okay,
Or the brambles.
she thinks about it.
Yeah.
I suggest that someone else knocks on the door. Both Resmir and myself seem to be out of our element here, and I don't think I'd be very good at knocking on this door in particular.
Oh, you can sit
Yuska
down.
will start casting frostbite on that boy. just until it's super dead.
Yeah, it takes 30 seconds or so, but if you keep your range from it, you put it down before you get close enough. Yeah, the Shadow Blight, sensing that you're approaching and that you see it, it just 10 feet reach, just the trees try to grab you as you get close. The oily sap falls from the vines and the bark.
Eek would stay close to Lucan. She said, you can, I mean, if you're out of your element, I kind of know what to do around here, so you can stick by me.
Sounds like a plan. Perhaps if people take too long to get to the door, you might want to do it then.
Watch the
Being
ones
the
to
expert of the situation that you are.
Do what?
Knock on the door.
I'm gonna pull some like Nicky Nandor stuff. I'm gonna run up to the door, knock on it, and then hide off over here.
Okay.
Has any American ever said that? Because that's not something I've heard of ever.
You never heard of
Oh.
Nicky Nine
No.
Door?
Never heard of that? Okay, so basically,
we say ding dong ditch.
oh, okay.
That's fair.
Alright. It's basically the same thing.
I suppose you could be American about it.
Nicky Nine Door?
Yeah.
I've never heard that before.
You're supposed to do it.
Nope.
You're supposed to do it to
Canadian
9
thing.
houses in a row,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
then run.
That's hard.
That's a lot of
That's a lot of.
coordination.
Yeah.
We set the bar low.
This is America. So when you knock on the into the iris, and you jump to the side, give me a stealth. But as soon as you knock, the branches, and they like spin off of each other and open up to about a 10-foot gap.
Oh, they just like straight up open line now.
Yeah, they go. Like they spin out as you touch it, and as
That's really cool.
it spins open behind it, you can hear, "Kill it, grab it, quick, kill it, kill it."
That's great.
I'm gonna like peer around the corner to see what I see inside.
So as the iris opens up for you, on the other side of the wall of brambles and thorns is a yard dominated by 3 large wooden cages and a very large, deep pool of bubbling black sludge in the middle. 2 of the wooden cages are empty, with one built close to a small entrance in the cave. Let me zoom out a bit forward to stream. Another cage to the south, which is the one down here, also opens up with a small cavern entrance behind the hillside. But next to the south cage, 2 wererats with long wooden poles are poking between the bars at a horrifying monstrosity. This shambling mound appears to be vaguely humanoid, shaped with clumps of rotted vegetations and mixed with diseased flesh that have all engulfed each other and become like they've crushed together to become a ball of plant and man. With a poke, the monstrosity recoils back and the wererat shouts, "Go, get it!" The other wererat opens the door to the cage and steps inside and reaches for something on the floor. But as soon as it does, the shambling mound steps forward and engulfs the wererat. And the wererat screams out, and you hear its bones being crunched as it's grabbed. The wererat takes a step back.
I'm gonna tell the rest of the party what I see, and then ask them what they think we should.
Kill him. Yep.
I'm gonna ask Yuska if he thinks he can do anything about the plant creature, because it looks like it has somebody inside of it that he might be able to.
I don't have anything available that could potentially help whoever is trapped in that. But
As you guys are talking, the wererat starts to run away. As the shambling mound starts to roll towards it, and it's running past you. It's running out the door, and the shambling it's coming towards you.
Sorry?
It's coming towards you.
Oh, jeez.
I
would
will
stand in front of
bla-
Logan.
if it
Lucan's
if
gonna
it comes
cast
into
False
my
Life.
Yeah, if it comes into my range, I'll cast Frostbite on it.
I will also bring out my sword. Wow, I can never say it. Short sword.
Should recall it.
And wait, and if it comes out, I will also attack
Maybe
it.
you should name your sword.
I should.
I feel like with Silas being super regal on top of his like ethereal steed, not saying anything, he's judging all.
So
Peasants have
the
to
rat's gonna bust out, see all of you, stop for a second, look over its shoulder, assess the threat behind it is worse, and it runs behind Silas and ducks.
I shoot it.
The Wererat?
Yep.
Alright,
As it gets closer, I have to protect Lucan.
it's round initiative too. Ooh.
He's trying to GTFO.
Oh, it's his turn first.
So the rat does its turn and just runs and jumps behind Lucan.
Lucan is... How far away is the Shambling Mound? That's the biggest question.
So 55 feet.
Yeah, Lucan's going to shut his book closed again, strap it to his belt, and he's going to just raise up his hand after touching it to the lantern, and he's going to cast Eldritch Blast onto the Shambling Mound.
Got it. Ooh, 20,
So
nice.
if the 20 hits, then it's 10 damage. Yeah.
10 damage on the Shambling Mound. This ball of vegetation that kind of rolls towards you, just part of its, you see flesh and plant-like just fly off into the bubbling pool behind it.
If a 20 didn't hit, I'd be very concerned.
Yeah, and then Lucan's not going to move. He's going to stay where he is.
You got it. Silas and his steed.
Alright. Silas is gonna look back at the Wererat and go, what are you doing? But seeing that it is the least of the two worries, he will ride up on the steed and is the steed attack a bonus?
Yep, for your class it is, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll swing with Susan, pull up here. The flail.
Hits.
And then we'll have the horse.
14 misses. So you come down with your flail and you smash another piece of flesh and vegetation off, and then your horse with the front rears up, tries to smash into the Shambling Mound. It hits it, it just scrapes it a bit, and you don't see much damage from that one. You can move again if you want. The mound will just take a swing at you, so you have more movement since you have a horse. I think your horse is 50 feet.
60.
60? Yeah, so you can move. The horse will just get a opportunity attack on you. But he'll attack your horse.
We'll jump back to that here again.
Okay.
That should be... Yeah, it's no.
So 15 hit the horse
Yep.
for 11. So as it rears back, this like vine of vegetation comes in and just smashes the horse.
Why does this say my first one has to?
Oh, did it reset your health? I think you usually have 22, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. 11?
Yep.
Okay.
Eek.
Alright, so Ikanik is small, so she doesn't really see the monstrosity. Until Silas moves, but by then she's already shooting. So she's gonna shoot the Wererat.
You got it.
She thinks, Lucan missed with his Eldritch Blast. So, bonus action, Hunter's Mark. And then I'm gonna shoot.
You got it.
Is he missing any health, by the way? Why
No.
is this button?
Nope.
Okay.
Pink. So he slides behind Silas, looking like this, and then arrow in the back of the head. He just falls.
But then her smile drops when she sees the monstrosity as Silas gallops back. It's like, oh god. And I want to. She's gonna look back at Lucan, and then she's going to kind of jump in between these twigs and go there.
You got it. Yuska.
Let's see, what is Yuska will step 10 feet back. And then from his staff he'll pull, or some frost will kind of ball out into his hand, and then frostbite it.
Con save. Fail.
And he takes disadvantage on the next weapon attack. If his attacks are considered weapon attacks.
You got it. Icicles form across his body. So he doesn't see Sylvia. So he dashes here.
Would I get an opportunity attack?
Mm-hmm. Jab it with your sword as it runs by.
Yeah.
22 hits.
Do I have sneak as well on that?
You can take it, but I think you can only get sneak once per turn. I think that's how it works. You can only add it once per turn on, like once per round. So you can add it to this one, or you can add it to your next.
I'll just add this one.
Okay. Nice damage. You see, when you cut your short sword into it, you take part of some plant life, but also you pull out like half of a rotted leg that falls to the ground next to you that was engulfed in this thing.
Yeah.
Go.
I have a question about familiars because I haven't really used one before.
Hmm?
I'm assuming from my cantrips, I can only cast them on my turn because you can cast touch spells through the cat.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
assuming I can't do it on its turn, right?
Right. Yeah. It's gotta be on your
Just
turn.
double check.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And if you'd rather, you can
Yeah,
move
then-
Echo on your turn too, instead of rolling for it if it's easier.
Okay. Yeah, I'll probably just
Yeah.
do it once then. Yeah. Then yeah, Echo is gonna move towards Eek, and you can just sit next to her.
So you look down at Ekin. Big old eyeballs staring up at you.
Yeah. Get excited for only a second.
Meow.
The smoker's spell.
Oh my god, the cat is Ma himself.
Sylvia,
I gotta come up behind it and swing at it.
you got it.
Is it getting flanked?
I don't do flanks.
Oof.
Miss. You jab your short sword into it, and you pull it out, but it doesn't look like it did much. Like you might have hit an air pocket in this giant vegetation.
Alright. On that, I'll use my bonus action to disengage and move back to where I was.
You got it. Top it around to Lucan.
Lucan is gonna do the unthinkable, and he's gonna cast Eldritch Blast.
No!
Eldritch Blast. 12 misses. Too concerned about hitting Yuska, Silas, and the horse that you shoot just a little too high and it sails overhead.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna shift off the road, just next behind the bush here.
Got it. As you get a little closer to the blight, it reaches out 10 feet, just. But it can't get to you.
Creepy. Ugh.
Silas and the horse.
Alright, we're gonna rinse and repeat.
Rip. I just realized that my sneak attack does 2d6 damage.
Oh, because level 3?
Yeah, I just realized that.
Mm.
It's all good.
Ooh.
Oops, don't mind that.
We'll swing with the blade.
Roll d6 on it to it. 15 hits.
I rolled a 5.
Gotcha. So the 5 hits with the
Hits.
15 hits with the flail. 9 bludgeon as you smash into the mound.
We'll try to stomp him again.
Ooh, 19. 19 hits for 8.
And we'll actually just stay here.
You got it. Goes to Eek.
All right. Can I see past Silas to the shambling mound? Like, can I see it visibly? Like, I can probably hit it, or do I have to move?
Oh yeah, no, you're fine there.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I don't do like too crazy unless people are looking for cover and stuff.
Okay. So now that I remember that I have a javelin on my back, this little baby javelin, I want to throw it.
You got it.
I'm gonna put my bow away, short bow away, and then take it out from behind me and just like chuck it. Oh! I used my bonus action to move my hunter's mark.
Cool. Javelin sails overhead and lands under this. You get like a little fleshy part where the javelin hit, and as it smacks into it, you can see blood spurt out of the fleshy part that you hit, and the mound weakens a bit and starts to falter and fall apart. So it looks hurt.
Was it already missing part of its health?
Yeah, it's been getting beat on.
Then I get to do Colossus Slayer for an extra 1d8 damage.
Hell yeah. 6, nice.
Yeah.
Hey there, Lazy. You guys know Lazy?
No.
Ah. What's up, Lazy?
Do you know Lazy?
I do now. Hey.
Hey, Lazy. Okay, so Ekanake, she has this, like, weird power lust in her eyes, suddenly.
Thanks for following, Lazy.
That's gonna be your turn.
Okay. As you threw your javelin, Echo gave a very approval meow behind you. Just meow. He's proud.
I want him to be like Resmir in disguise.
Yuska.
In a very Dale from King of the Hill fashion, except not reaching into my pockets or anything, but I'm gonna reach by my staff and poison spray.
Dad, hang on there, poison spray, mate.
Oh,
I tell you
God.
what, man,
Bang, no, bang. Con save. Ah.
Oh,
Is it half or no? Anna.
I believe it's a cantrip, so probably no. Yeah, no.
Gotcha. So you spray poison into the mound. It hits the mound. It feels like the mound relishes the poison. It's like, bathe me in your poison. Chili Mound's turn. The closest person to him that did the most damage was the horse. So he's going to smack the horse with 2 multi-attack slams.
both hit.
So because both hit, and I'm pretty sure that kills it. It hits both the two vines reach out, grab your horse, and engulfs your horse into the shambling mound. And you fall off of it. Make a acrobatics check, Silas. You land prone as you fall from your horse. You fall on your ass, just as your horse has been absorbed by the shambling mound. Echo.
I'd like to point out that Echo basically is the embodiment of Resmir, since he's my patron. So thank you.
Sylvia.
I'm gonna run up and hit it with my sword. And use my sneak attack.
You got it.
And of course it doesn't.
Rush up.
I'll use,
Just miss.
I will use my cunning action again to disengage.
And he's out. Top of the round to Lucan.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on it.
Dex save 1. Fails.
It takes 1 point of damage.
Man, we all suck right now.
You speak for yourself.
You
My
see,
javelin was ace.
I've been doing fairly well.
you see a little bit of the Nevermore steed catch fire as it's absorbed into the shambling mound. Just Silas.
Alright. So standing up would be what?
Half your movement.
Okay.
Or Scoon.
So stand up,
No 1 damage.
full flail swing at it.
A wide swing misses.
Scimitar.
Also misses. You're so concerned about hitting parts of your old horse inside that you missed twice.
Because stuff. Little action surge.
Sure.
So what dictates if I get an additional bonus on top of the regular action?
I'll give it to you. If you're making 2 swings, you're making a
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Miss. Rizzo's bad luck in chat. Yeah, 3 go. That one hits. Another flail miss, and then your scimitar, you stab it, overcoming the pain of your lost steed.
And I'll stand my ground still.
Cool. Eek.
How hurt does this monstrosity look?
He looks like he's about to fall apart. He's barely holding on.
Great. Yeah, so Ika's going to go.
Thanks for the follow, Box Cutter Fly.
It's a very specific username.
Appreciate it.
I want to like run up and stab it, but then I don't get a +2 to my attacks. But that's what she would do.
Just do it then.
Yeah, okay. She's gonna take out the dagger from its sheath on her side.
All right, it's a bonus action.
Give a little war cry and like, ah! And then she's gonna run forward past Silas and try to like, how high is that javelin?
The javelin's in the shambling mound.
Because she would try to jump onto it to get onto it.
Yeah, it should be fine. Like 4 feet.
That's like higher than her. But yeah, she's running.
Make an acrobatics check.
Oh, buddy. This is where it fails.
And make an
She's
attack
just
roll.
gonna fall.
Make both at the same time.
A wisdom save?
Acrobatics check and your attack.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
She still has her dagger out though, so if she trips, she might
just accidentally stab it.
stab.
missed. So you fall forward under the chandelier mound as you trip and you fly forward. You land face planted next to Yuska.
She's gonna. How much was that? 5, 10, 15?
Yep.
Half of her movement would be 15.
It's fine. You can stand up. You can stand up.
Stand up. And no, she won't. She'll just stop breathing. Pretend to be dead a little bit because this thing's really big, and that's gonna be her day.
You got it. Yuska. Ikanik just face planted next to you with her dagger out.
It's not the first time.
Since it looks weak, Yuska is going to just take his other hand, grab his staff, and just take a swing.
You got it. Oh, just missed. Oh, AC 15. You come across and you get a weird fleshy part and it just bounces off the shambling mound.
I don't think I can do anything else. Oh fuck. No point in doing that. Oh. Yeah. I'm not gonna do anything else.
Let's see which one we attack. I'm gonna roll D3. Yuska. 2 slam attacks on Yuska. 15. 23.
Oh god, both hit.
Both of those hit, which means you are grappled by the shambling mound. And because it has hit both of you at the same turn, it's going to engulf you. So you have been, you see Yusuke get hit by both shambling mound like vine just and then pulls Yusuke into its body.
Buddy.
Echo.
If we would have just hit it once across like 4 turns.
I swung 4 times and hit once.
Echo is going to trot, because I'm sure Ikini probably doesn't run very fast, so Echo's going to keep pace with her, and then after she falls, she's going to walk up and just sit on top of.
The shame of Resmi.
So you saw Yusuke get engulfed by this mound.
If I hit it, is it gonna hurt Yusuke?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna run up to it again and swing at it again.
Sure. While you're in there, Yusuke, you are blind, restrained, and unable to breathe.
I hate everything.
At the start of your turn 2, you'll take bludgeoning damage.
I will then use my
Oh god.
Oh no!
cunning action.
13 misses.
We'll hit it eventually, guys.
Lucan.
I only have a +5.
Lucan is going to use his. He's going to use his proud ambition to get advantage on his Eldritch Blast attack. 'Cause we need to
Kill
hit this
it.
thing.
You got it.
How the tables have turned.
The human trait. 15 hits,
Oh, good.
but a 6 is not quite enough. But
No!
its body is falling apart, and you see a little bit of polar bear ear and shoulder as it falls apart a bit. But Yusuke's face is just jammed into this thing. Just silence.
Well, we'll give it another shot here.
18 hits. 5 still not enough.
There we
Oh, there it
go.
is.
There we go.
Silence with the
There we-
flail, and then the scimitar attack. How do you want to end this shambling mound?
Just slice it around Yusuke's body.
I'm out.
Yusuke, you fall out of the shambling mound, bleeding and badly wounded.
Oh! Monstrosities are our favorite enemy. She would have gotten shit with that, I think.
Oh
right?
yeah, you had extra damage, yeah.
+2. Not that it would have helped much. She only hit once, twice. Either way, she'll get up from the ground, pushing Echo off of her. And when Yusuke's free, she would try to continue attacking the vines on the ground.
So there's mass of wriggling vines and humanoid and wererat flesh and little bits of steed. Just as Yusuke, you're covered in ripped and tears, and you have parts of blight crusted into your fur.
I think we should be a little careful.
Oh, Yusuke, are you okay? And she would stop and go over to him. She'd like put her little feather hands on his bloody fur.
Uh,
You okay?
I'll be okay, and I'll cast Healing Word on myself.
Seeing that he does that,
And I'll also toss a bomb at myself as well.
well, she's gonna do Cure Wounds on you.
Okay.
And when she does, you feel a little zap, like electricity, when she touches you.
Bzz. 7.
Oh, what is a 6? Oh, that's Hunter's Mark, sorry.
So I heal for 1 as it zaps me.
Are you okay now?
Yeah, I'll be okay, little buddy.
Okay. She'd like calm his fur down.
So in front of you, this dead Chimley Mound now lies. There's a Wererat that lies face down in the trail with an arrow in the back of its head. And then past the brambles, you can hear the pulp, or like the boiling from this black tarry pool.
Is my javelin okay to retrieve? Is it like broken or anything?
Roll D10.
Oh, buddy, that's a really good javelin.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay,
Able to
I'll take
retrieve it. It's got a little bit of black tar on the tip of it, but functional.
Can I want to smell it.
Smells like Yuska's wounds.
Does it smell toxic?
It smells floral. It's very sweet floral aroma.
Does it smell like that floral thing with the poison?
It does.
With Bairn?
Mhm.
She doesn't like it. But she'll tell the group like this she would go up to Silas, who's next to her, and is like, sniff it. It smells like the poison. It's like shoving a javelin in your face.
I'll believe you, little bird.
I think we're getting closer.
Can we search through the vines and flash to see if there's anything worthwhile within the ramble, or within?
In this wall?
No, within the
Oh, on the mound?
thing. Yeah, what we just killed. Yeah.
Make an investigation. Yeah, make a wisdom save.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Looking through it, nothing really pops out at you as important, but then you see a foot from a Wererat and you go, consume. And you see Silas lift up this Wererat's foot and just and then toss the rest of it to the side.
Excuse me.
I wouldn't necessarily eat that.
Oh, Resmir preserve us. I thought we were done with this eating things.
Alright, well, I'm still good to go. Shall we continue in?
I'll walk
Yes.
over and agree with them.
So yeah, we'll walk into the gate.
You got it?
Yuska is immediately going to look around to see if make sure like there's no other vines, no other creatures, signs of movement, anything like that.
Mhm. So as you guys step into this yard, there is the tunnel to the north that leads into the hillside. The other two wooden pins are empty. There is a little bit of remnants. Looks like humanoid femurs, ribs, lower jaws are kind of strewn into the mud. For the most part, though, this entire area is devoid of much plant life except for the brambles and then some dead grass. The large pool in the center resembles the same pool that you found next to the dead giant wolf in the pen. It's just on a much larger scale, but this pool has no runoff that comes to it.
Is it shiny? Or is this like a muddy color?
It's muddy. It's like an oil slick on top of the water, kind of like what you licked earlier.
It didn't taste like a chemical though. It tasted like death.
Mhm.
So we can't like light it on fire because.
You can try.
Ooh.
In the back of the cage, Silas, that you're looking through, where it's been ripped apart, you can see there's much more. There's more piles of humanoid bones, animal bones. They're all mixed together. It's almost like they were feeding whatever that thing was.
Mm-hmm.
But besides the initial look through of the skeletal remains, nothing else really sticks out at you for that cave.
Okay, so there's nothing metallic or anything that would kind of shine out.
No.
Okay.
Eek stares at the pool for a bit,
Mhm.
thinking. You can see the gears grinding in her brain, and then she would run. Sorry, she's by the pool. She would run back towards the Wererat and get the arrow. I don't care if it's not. I would prefer if it's broken, but
Okay.
I got attempted. And then she's gonna take it, and then she's gonna run back to the pool, and she's going to gently dip the arrow into the pool and bring it back up. Does it look different?
As she does that, I'm gonna ask her why she wants to set so many things on fire tonight.
She has never said the word fire at all. Okay, unless you have some minor ability, you need to hush your pigeonhole.
So when you dip the arrow into this black sludge and you pull it out, it sticks almost to the arrow and it clings to it and then slowly drips off like molasses falling from the arrow. Just globs of blurp.
But the arrow is still intact. It's
The arrow's
not,
still
like,
intact.
Destroying it.
Yep.
Okay. Just flick it off.
What do you like? You fling off the
Yes.
sludge?
Yes.
Do you fling it off, just like drop it over the side, or do you go like
She brings it back and then flings it a few times.
look and make a deck
so
save?
I go behind her. Oh my god! Does it drip onto her?
Oh,
You
No,
pull
no,
it
she
back,
doesn't- she
a
doesn't
little
like go that way,
a
though.
little glob falls off in front of you and you step to the side a bit and it hits the ground. And just
Do I have to make a
cakes.
deck save?
Just cakes there. Sure, you want to?
Watch where
I
you
don't want
swing.
You're fine.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Good.
Make Echo do it.
That'd be great.
Just throw Echo into the pool. He'll be okay.
Fuck Rosmere. Okay.
he can come back. We've seen this.
Let's not do that.
I'm pretty sure if Resmir can take a spear through the face, he can handle a pool.
Just because he can doesn't mean he wants to.
So what time of day is it by now?
It's getting closer to dusk. You put it around when you guys usually eat dinner, like 5, 6 o'clock. The sun's starting to set behind you. Well, there's still a good amount of light left, but the sun is starting to set. In front of you, as you look down this corridor, there's a dim light. Or the outside light is replaced by the flickering torch lights that go past this narrow passageway that cuts deeply into the hillside. That was definitely man-made. Inside, you can hear, pour more into the cauldron, more.
Upon hearing that, I'll take out my bow. And
Yeah, Lucan's gonna tap his lantern and cast light on it.
Okay.
I will then start to move in the cavern.
Okay.
He would be on, climb up to Yusuke's back and be on his shoulders.
You got it?
I'll follow closely to Sylvia.
I'll move up behind.
Give me stealth rolls. Unless you want to like walk in and say hi. Good stealth. Good stealth. Oh.
Do I need to roll stealth if I'm on Yusuke?
I don't know. It's not gonna matter with Silas.
Oh.
So as you guys slow stealth in, Silas, cha-ching, 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 and as you guys walk inside, the wererats look up in your direction. And then it's kind of they pause, and as you walk into this room and you see what's inside, the passage opens into this broad cavern, and there's a series of large tables on the far side of the room. Up here, alchemical experiments bubbling and frothing cover all of the tables. There's vials, there's heat burners underneath them, and they are they're cooking. They're arranged atop this workspace. You see a wererat in front of a large cauldron that bubbles with a fluorescent blue, and he has a large spoon and he's stirring it in. The other wererat comes from one of the cauldrons, walks over to the blue one and dumps some stuff in. And as he dumps it in, Silas, ching, ching, and they all three look up at the same time. They don't attack right away. They just look at you and snarl.
I'm gonna take a shot at this one.
No! No!
All right, let's run initiative.
God damn it! You can talk to things, okay? They're intelligent.
We had the potion. We could have roleplayed our way in.
I rolled 3 10s. What the fuck?
If I can, as he's doing it, I'll get like half my sentences. I tell him we have the.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have found our leader.
Technically, they don't go before me, so I haven't really attacked yet.
I have advantage, and I still rolled 1.
Oh. Lucan, you're up first. Lucan's having good initiatives tonight, though.
If I can do something, you know. Yeah. Lucan's gonna shimmy through our group of people, and he's gonna cast Eldritch Blast at the close.
Eldritch Blast.
There it is. You guys had the chance to talk before I got my turn.
This one?
No, I'd say the one next to the purple cauldron, because I think the rocks would probably be in the way of the other one.
Sure. The Eldritch Blast smashes into its chest, and it drops the vial on the floor next to it, and you see this purple steam float out from it. It's still alive, but it's badly hurt. Silas.
Oh, look at that. Silas will move. Yeah, right here. Pull out his crossbow and shoot at the Wererat at the table.
Okay. So bonus action crossbow. 6 damage. The 6 hits the Wererat. It also drops another vial. This vial steams up green and it looks over at you. It's gonna pick up a vial that was on the table. It's gonna move here, and it's gonna throw the vial at Silas. The vial smashes in the ground in front of you, and an orange mist floats out of it. This Wererat turns, grabs a vial, rushes forward. It's gonna throw its vial at Silas.
Is there automatic hits then?
No, they missed. 9 misses you.
Oh, okay. Yep, okay.
The last one does the same, grabs the vial. It's gonna move between the rocks here. Try to keep its distance a bit. This one's gonna throw the vial at Lucan. 15.
That does hit, yep.
Make a con save. (14) fails. So as this vial smashes into you, Lucan, and you feel this greasy coloration go across you, the spell Grease has been cast on your body and 10 foot around you. So it's difficult terrain everywhere around you. And you and Silas need to make a dex save or fall prone. As each of these vials, when they hit you, is a random cast of wild magic. So Silas, you are slipped and you fall prone. So it's like Grease falls and you... Lucan, you're able to hold it on, but you're coated in grease. And then Echo is coated in grease and opens its eyes, and it's just like eyeballs opening with grease all over on its body. Yuska.
Yuska will step past Sylvia.
Okay. So be like there. That'd be a grease right there. So that's difficult terrain.
Never mind, that's when we're traveling.
He'll pull more frost out of his staff against the closest Wererat.
You got it? Con save?
About word. The text says difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Travel could be insinuated as a form of movement.
Not
And
in
we
combat.
are
Travel means exploring
Okay,
from
it's
destination to destination.
Well, I mean, you know.
As much as I love that idea.
Oh, you mean, oh, that's what you're saying. Because you're a ranger. Yeah. It's a good try.
If you're using the old ranger, it would probably
using the new
balance
one.
it out a little bit.
Right.
But
Still
because you're
yeah.
using the new one.
Taking a shot this one.
Oh, one
Oh
misses.
my God.
The arrow flies
Oh,
wide.
man.
Swing and a miss.
Hooks you up.
After that, I'm gonna say we brought the vial. And pass by Joe.
Eek.
So, am I getting this correct? That area, they got wild magic potions thrown onto them?
Yeah, each of these potions is a wild magic, so if they hit and you fail to save, I roll on the wild magic table. And the one that
Okay.
hit was grease. So grease is just very slippery
Oh.
ground under him.
Okay, because I thought the potion itself was greasy,
Oh,
so I was like,
God.
what happened?
Oh, no, no.
That could get real bad. Oh fuck.
Uh-huh.
I'm so happy. I love wild magic. Okay, so Eek is still on Yuska's shoulders. So she is going to throw. Oh damn it! She gave that arrow away. Is her javelin coated with the poison thing? Monster blood guts? Maybe.
I mean, yeah, there's still some on the tip. Yeah.
Okay, then she's gonna throw that, hoping that the poison will affect it too. But first, she will bonus action Hunter's Mark
You got it.
on the Wererat that looks pretty hurt,
Sure.
and she's gonna shoot him. Oh, and then the Colossal Slayer on top of that if it hits.
Oh, yeah. If you hit it, it dies. It's dead.
Great.
Javelin catches it in the chest. It falls to the ground.
Go, Yuska, go! That's her turn.
At the top of the round, you hear from the side, ching, 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 and yeah, a guard comes rushing out. Now this is it's a wererat that is covered in, it has chainmail that's attached to the sides, and it's carrying a large longsword that comes rushing around the side. It looks over, sees what's happening. Should have been there. Let me make sure I get my dash right.
Looks like a good fellow.
It dashes right in front of Silas, who's prone.
I love the spiked tail. Like it just has its tail is wrapped around like a 3-pronged dagger. That's awesome. Yeah. So Lucan's gonna use his bonus action by pressing his hand against his book, and then as he removes his hand, this shadowy, almost like ink, falls off with him, and he points it towards one of the wererats, casting Hex.
Sure.
And
Do you
he's
want-
going to shoot that same one with Eldritch Blast.
You want to do the guards, or you want to do the ones holding the potions?
The one who's holding the potions.
Okay. 20 hits. So you got a d6 hex damage. 6. Oh, so close. Still, it's barely hanging on, but the Eldritch Blast hits it, and you see it like explodes off this yellow and whitish light of Rezmir as it explodes on the Wererat. It's a little blinding for the Wererat, but he's standing up, but barely. Silas, you are prone right now in the grease.
Alright. Yeah, I will stand up.
Mhm.
Use 15 feet to move there then. And I will swing at the Wererat.
You got it. The guard's going to swing at you when you move out of its space
Okay.
with its attack. 16.
Yeah.
So it hits you with the longsword as you rush away across your back. And then your 12 with the flail misses. And 6 misses. Oh no! So you get out of the grease, get sliced in the back, and then 2 swings both miss.
Okay, that'll be it then.
The Wererat is going to throw It's alchemical vial on you, Silas. 11.
Nope.
It's going to attempt to get away from you. It's going to take the attack and rush away. So you can swing at it. Miss. Man. It ducks your flail and runs to the back.
I did pretty well. Okay.
I would be interested in the stats on what those 20s actually roll on Roll20.
You can
The
hover.
distribution.
Oh, if you look at Silas's, you can hover over it and you can see his rolls too.
Well, no. I'm just like what the
Like, overall.
Algorithm.
Oh, I gotcha.
Because it seems like it like targets specific numbers.
That's what you think, but can't put them dice in dice jail online.
Yeah, because then you go to die numbers and they hit every fucking thing, and I miss every fucking thing. Yuska's another vial flew at Lucan and missed and smashed the wall behind him. You got Eek on your shoulder.
Yes, you do. And she told you to go. Like, let's go.
Yeah, Rizzo, your damn boomstick.
10, 20. Difficult terrain. That's as far as I can get.
Make a dex save too when you step on grease.
Oh
I could
no.
have missed everything.
Oh no.
You step on it and Home Alone down the stairs.
Oh god.
You can make acrobatics check.
Could it be like a dex save? Maybe? Because I have a proficiency in that?
Nope. You land.
Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay, I would love to like bounce up a wall and then land on my feet next to Yuska.
She looks graceful like Sylvia bouncing and lands.
I use my feathers to like help.
So you can move one
Little
more
flashing
square
goes
now
on.
if you want to stand from prone.
That would leave me with 5 feet left. No, I'll stay. I don't have movement to do what I want. Let's see.
I still have snow in this one.
Snow.
It's melting quite quickly now, but it's still there.
I don't want to burn either of those yet, so I'll frostbite the one that's looking pretty dead. That boy.
You got it. Con save.
Jeez.
I'm rolling hot tonight.
Yusu's gonna sigh, very frustrated,
Covered in grease.
covered in grease.
Greasy there.
I'm gonna take a shot at the guard.
The guard got it. Oh
Are you
my
kidding me?
god!
Hold on.
That's like
Whoa.
6 natural ones
Roz,
in an
you
hour
have your
and 40
dice out?
minutes.
Jesus.
I'll go grab it.
fuck you, Roz. You fucked us. It's your fault.
Oh, this is perfect D&D. Something goes wrong, you blame the one.
No,
player.
he didn't have it the second session or third session, and we fucked. Okay, we were so fucked, and he doesn't have it this
Well,
session. Coincidence?
After like
I think not.
the second one in a row,
I'm
gonna
just
shoot.
used to this.
I have advantage on initiative, and I got a 1.
saying we have the vial.
Like I said, I'm used
And
to
then
this.
cry
so
as I say it.
characters based on this stuff.
So Sylvia
You're
cries.
gonna-
Oh god. Cool.
Eek.
So I'm on the ground. Better have that D20, TJ. I'm on the ground. As a ranger, I ignore difficult terrain.
Alright. Not only did I grab the dice, but I also grabbed my dice tray.
Now you just fucked up the equation. Great.
Did I? I don't
Okay,
know.
too many variables.
I'm trying here.
Gotta learn math. Okay.
I know plenty of math, thank you. I have an engineering degree. I've put my time in.
From the marketer. Pun is just very condescending. I'm going to.
Well, you ignore difficult terrain, but you ignore difficult terrain in certain types of terrain, right? So you're talking
No,
about.
it just says you ignore difficult terrain. You have advantage on initiative roll on your first turn during combat.
Oh, is this the revised ranger?
It is. You can look at my bio sheet. It's under Natural Explorer. It's the new one. Are we okay with the new one?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Okay.
You still got to roll a dex save though.
I didn't move yet. I can attack this fellow
Sure.
from where I'm at.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want to see if you belly slide across the grease.
I would really like to, but she'd get
Like a
no
penguin.
cover. So she can't just like penguin slide herself over there
Damn.
for no reason. She already face planted.
So I rolled a natural 16 on my dice tray with real dice, and if any of us die because of this, I have to ask that all roll 20s dice go to a dice jail. all the virtual ones.
Hey Roz, it's really funny that you think it's your turn.
This is out of character.
Okay, I'm going to shoot
Yuska
him.
is breaking the fourth wall right now.
I'm going to do Hunter's Mark bonus action to move it onto said bad boy with the armor.
You got it.
Clink. And I'm gonna shoot him with my short bow. I take it over from my shoulder. Ka-chow.
Well,
Why does it hurt so much?
that's another nat one.
That's my third one of the night.
That's
Hold on.
yeah.
Hold on.
I've also had 3.
Yeah. No, wait. You have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not yet acted.
It's active.
God damn.
It's active, yeah.
It ran here. So the arrow flies
I feel
wide.
Like she would like. I feel like it would have just fumbled. She couldn't get it in there. That's what he said.
You can still move if you want.
So she could be fodder.
Or you can move backwards.
She's going to climb back on top of Yuska. That's it.
The Wererat rushes to Silas. Gonna make his longsword attack.
Whiff.
And his bite.
Hit.
So he comes out the longsword. You parry it with your scimitar, and then it reaches down and bites you on the side. Lucan.
Question about the magical item that we have. Since it's on me, does it ring because the Wererat's within 15 feet of me?
It does.
I'm
yeah.
just curious,
Mhm.
but it's
Yeah.
cool. Okay, I was just curious how what's declared a shape changer.
Ding, 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 ding,
That was
ding,
a
ding,
question
ding,
Laura
ding,
had
ding.
last session.
It rings.
I'm going to shoot the Wererat that I have hexed at the top of the map.
Bam. Eldritch Blast careens across the laboratory and smashes the Wererat, killing it.
And that's my turn. I'm not moving.
Silas.
Alright. Seeing this, we're gonna flail at the rear guard.
17 hits.
And then I will second wind.
Bonus action, second win. You got it. D10 plus 3.
So
8.
8.
Heals for 8. It's a good heal.
Alright.
The Wererat's coming around the corner. Sees the Wererat guard engage with Silas, who's going to chuck a alchemical vial at Lucan.
That hits me.
Con save.
That's the exact same con save. as
So-
last one.
The vial smashes into Lucan, and Lucan, you gain the ability to fly. And you just slowly hover off the ground a bit. Kind of confused at first.
The updated like D100 list, or are you using the book D100 list?
I'm using a D1000 that I have.
Oh, D1000. Sorry, yes.
Yeah. So Lucan, you can fly. Yuska.
Can Echo fly?
As long as he's on his back, yeah.
Well, they're
Alright,
in the
little
same
buddy.
square.
I'm gonna try this again.
Go slow this time. Lead with your toes.
I'll come up behind the Wererat guard, and I'm going to swing at him with my staff because Silas using second wind changed what I was gonna do.
You got it. Hit.
Boom!
Nice.
Mm.
10
And
damage with the
because
crit.
it hit,
Yeah,
I'm
put it
gonna
on
use my
there.
I'm gonna use my.
The rage. Drops him.
Net one.
Eyes go red and just smash. He stumbles as he falls on the ground in front of Silas.
That's good shit.
And
Is this the point where Yusuke finally opened his eyes?
yeah.
Ah. Ursa's
So-
fury.
Especially because it was a critical, his eyes would have like just went like super big, and he would have just like cracked him across the side of the head.
So Silas sees his eyes, actually? More than anyone else, probably?
Oh yeah, Silas, you see the fury and Yusuke's eyes as he smashes with Ursa's fury.
You
Local
get,
bread boy says, Silas, do some.
For my bonus action, just in case, I'll burn a balm on myself, and that'll be my turn.
You got it. Sylvia.
I will try for the third time to try and shoot that stupid Wererat. I swear to God, if I roll a 1, I'm quitting.
Short
Okay.
sword?
Oh, that was the wrong one.
This is an addiction. Nobody says that and actually does it.
Hey, there it is.
Finally.
I'll give it to you. He died.
Hooray.
He's just the Wererat. The Wererat falls from the short bow attack. Lucan's floating still, covered in grease. The grease is still there. But you have now killed what you can see in front of you, and you're standing inside this destroyed, decomposing laboratory with the cauldrons that are bubbling in the center.
Yusuke would, or excuse me, Ikanik would get off of Yusuke and go over to the floating Lucan. She's like, teach me how to do that. What are you doing? How did you do it?
I'm not quite sure. It's kind of just happening on its own. And is like,
I wanted to do this my whole life.
That's too bad.
Wait, how are you doing it? You don't have wings.
I think it's a side effect of the potion that he hit me with.
She would try to reach up and touch him to get the fluid onto her.
How high you want to fly up?
Well, she's only like
Oh,
3
just-
foot,
'cause-
so
he's just like hovering above his, up a little bit.
oh okay.
A couple inches off the ground right now.
I'm gonna recover my arrows.
Roll a d10.
I want to get my javelin back if I can.
Roll a d10. Find 2 arrows
Nice.
and the javelin.
Yes, I'm so afraid of losing.
Silas, as you step into this small little concave on the eastern side, this area looks like it's primarily for storage of various alchemical reagents. Most of the barrels and crates are old, but you do see some empty vials and alchemist supplies through the clutter that are caked in dust, but are usable if you wanted to take alchemy supplies with you.
Yeah, might as well.
So give yourself an alchemist supply toolkit.
Are there ingredients for the alchemy supplies? I'm sorry, you can make like next to Silas's shoulder. Are there items for alchemy, or is it like a kit to do alchemy?
It's looks just like inventory to do alchemy. Most of the reagents you assume are boiling behind you.
Okay.
Walking over to the small tunnel, Sylvia. As you peek your head in, this cavern is strewn with refuse such as broken bones, broken vials, and excrements from past experiments and research. A small door set into the northern wall up here, made of wood, and looks like it's seen better days. It's slightly off its hinge and hanging a bit.
I'll walk up to the door and push it open.
Okay. So you push it open. and it opens into a there's a workbench on the far side, and there's various types of papers, and a small brown bag is stuffed under it. There's also various empty wooden barrels that for the most part look to have been destroyed or kicked over, but everything that was inside the barrels has been just kind of left there. It's very messy in here. Dust clings to the ceiling, cobwebs are from the ceiling too, but there's a door set onto the east wall. It's a double door. And then there's a small passageway that leads to another door on the west wall. But on this workbench there are paper and stuff everywhere.
I'd like to go look at the papers and the paper bag on the table.
You got it?
Do you want me to roll investigation? Or anything?
Nah. So the first thing is you reach into the bag that's under the table and you pull it out. And you open it up. A couple things stick out. One is there's 12 gold inside the bag.
Ooh. I'm gonna pocket that.
Second one is there's a very nicely ornate made sickle that's one-handed handle, comes up. It's a nice crescent sickle, and there's thorn engraved onto the sides of the sickle.
Like, if I were to use it, it would deal damage
Mhm.
to myself?
Yeah, you could use it and deal damage with it, yeah. It's a pretty well-made weapon.
No, like, if with the thorns, would I deal damage to myself?
Oh,
by
no.
holding it?
It's the thorns are like on the blade of the sickle, they're like engraved into the sickle, like kind of artwork almost.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Walking over to the ingredients and the vials and stuff. There's no notes on this table. It's just strewn with vials and different types of concoctions. There's about, after what the Wererats had grabbed to use, there are 5 vials that remain on Bunsen burners on the table in front of you. Each one is a different color. There's a red, orange, yellow, green, and purple.
I will look for any way to like cork those vials, and I will take them.
Easy enough.
And assuming that there's nothing else, I'll start walking over that direction.
Okay. So as you guys collect the 5 remaining wild magic vials and put them in your pocket, which you can throw at someone if you want to, or drink. Sylvia, you find this journal, and as you pick up this journal on the shelf in front of you, before Silas, let's do that quick 5-minute break before it gets away from me.
Cool.
So quick 5-minute break and chat.
Alright.
Gonna refresh our drinks, and we will be back very soon.
Because I love you.
See you
So
soon.
be right back.
Bye.
This redemption bourbon's pretty good.
I was gonna ask you how that is.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I might have missed it. Anybody go in the room I'm going into right now?
Sylvia did.
Oh yeah, Sylvie went in there and used the door.
Okay.
So yeah, Eek is just following you. Childish. Yeah, she do.
Why you bully me?
So that was the person
Are
I
you-
was talking about earlier. Got his goddamn username. Fucking box cutter fly.
Box cutter flying local bread boy.
I don't know who local bread boy is. I'm intrigued. I like me some bread.
Carb load on local bread boy.
Bread is just delicious. It is so good. When I was working at a gas station, though, when I was like junior in college, I had a friend who was not in college, so she would say these slang terms that I had no idea what they were because I was like super adorably and innocent.
Well,
And then
that's
one day she was like, "Gotta make that bread," and I was like, "What the hell are you saying?" I have no idea what that means.
We gotta make that bread,
It's money,
boy.
Laura. It's money.
Make that bread, boy. So that's a picture of the scythe that you found, with the crescent scythe with the thorn engravement on the side of it.
That's real cool.
And then Eek says to Silas, "What is that? Can you use that? Can you teach me?" She follows you around. Sylvia, you pick up an alchemist journal, and as you flip through the pages, some of it says the recipe that they're making here, and it contains much of the ingredients that you found when you look through Baron's ledger, and it talks about the ingredients that they use. But it also gets a little bit more detailed when it gets closer to your current day. Now, you guys are currently on the 17th of Eveneth. So as you flip through this alchemist journal, so I should probably read on stream, huh? So that up nice and pretty. The 28th of Avils, the merchant has finally provided the necessary ingredients for the mistress's will to be realized. 7 hosts are chained and ready. If our calculations are correct, the 7th will birth the return of the Sanguis plague. Though they cry and moan from their shackles, they will be remembered fondly in history for aiding the rebellion. On the 4th of Eveneth, 5 days later, the blood transfusions did not meet the expectation of the mistress. I followed the recipe exactly as written by her late mother, but something is different. Instead of the incubate fostering signs of the plague from before, it is coagulated and caused varicose veins. I must not fail. The mistress depends on me. 5 days later, on the 9th of Eveneth, the mistress is most displeased. Runoff we poured into the water supply has unfortunately had a side effect on the neighboring wildlife. Mistress has sent an offering to the Blind One as an apology. Mistress says he would have seen our mistake even though he was not here. I would much like to study this idea after our 7 transfusions. 2 days later, on the 11th, something grows inside the 4th incubate. It wriggles between the veins and grows strong. It is hungry, and I will feed it. The coagulant will be my greatest experiment yet. The mistress will accept me once she sees. The 15th, 2 days prior to today, the coagulant is finally taking shape. It might not be what she asked for, but she is sure to be impressed. When it is ready, I will take it to Raven's Roost and show it to the mistress myself. I will be more revered than Hazim and Zildri. And then it trails off. If you want to
Okay,
read.
question.
Yep.
To the group. Do we know the name of the sightless seer? Or is it just sightless seer? Not
Just
like
Sightless
to give
Seer.
away backstory or anything, but like as a group, do we know that? Okay. And then who is the name of Hazim's mistress?
Zilri.
Zilri
Zilri.
is that one. Okay. And then on top of that, fuck, I had another question. Oh no, I forgot. Escaping me. God damn it. Wait. I will be more revered than Hazim and Zilri. Why would he suddenly say Zilri's name if
Because it's
Zilri
not the
is
mistress.
She's not the mistress.
She's not the mistress.
Nope, somebody else is.
Make history, Sylvia. And make history with disadvantage, Silas.
Also, since Mistress has sent an offering to the blind one as an apology, that person doesn't disrespect nature.
I mean, they clearly don't respect nature, so...
Not that much, but... Well, oh, fuck, I was gonna say something, I totally forgot.
I'm gonna show the book to everybody now that everybody's in the room.
Yeah. Did Silas just ignore Eek?
Yeah, sounds like it.
Because she poked you a few times in the beginning. Did you continue to ignore her the whole time?
You got the second Dan because you hit a crit on your roll, Sylvia. That was a good roll.
Eek, are you asking the party that?
No, that was
just
Laura.
now?
But I'm wondering if before that happened, transpired, was Eek ignored?
Yeah, he just kind of walked past.
Even with the poking?
Yes.
Okay. She's not next to Silas.
These are under campaign handouts too if you ever want to reread them.
Oh, where's Nola? That's my question. With us the whole time?
No, she stayed behind while she was making traps.
She was setting traps.
Yeah, we
And
never...
she never showed up again?
She said she wasn't gonna join us. She was gonna stay behind.
Ever?
Specifically said, "I'm gonna."
This bitch is the mistress.
We haven't had the chance to come back yet. She's
No,
waiting
no.
for
We
us.
don't- She doesn't know
Oh
that
my
she...
lord!
This
doesn't
is
know what
Laura.
happened.
This is not Eek. She's not smart enough to do this. Okay.
Could I show the sickle to either Lucan or Yuska and see if they could detect magic? Or Arcana check?
If you're proficient in Arcana, make a roll.
I'm not proficient in Arcana, so no.
If we give me 10 minutes, I can detect magic.
We could do it later then when we have more time, when we're resting.
I am interested to see what other things could be magical here, but I mean, I would need 10 minutes. But we still have one more room to check out.
Well, if we have 10 minutes, then I would like to go search over those crates that Silas is going through that he didn't talk to me about.
You just has it? Gotcha. Alright, let me give it to you.
Because he found some stuff over there, and he's not sharing it with anybody, and I think that's suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
Who, me? Or sorry, what? Oh.
She's just looking at you.
She would start like walking towards the stairs. Is anyone trying to stop her? Or confirming or denying her statement?
No, I was just
Lucan's just interested in what's gonna happen.
reading that journal.
Okay, then she goes over to those crates.
After you flip to the last page of the journal has a I forgot to add this to the thing.
Oh, there's a spell page.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I'm kind of trying to like decipher it because I have no idea what spells.
So instead of Eek would go to the potion area and try to find a vial to scoop up the potion.
Easy enough to do. There's a bunch over there.
Oh, there are. Oh, then she's taking 3.
Okay. Yep.
Okay. She has 3 vials of a potion that she doesn't actually know what does. And then she would make her way over to the alchemy area and try to make herself a kit.
I'll give the spell page to Lucan once I determine that that's what it is.
Sure. You can put together quite a bit. You can't put together a full alchemist set because Silas took the first one, but you can take a lot of vials and stuff.
She would take vials. And you said there's not really ingredients over here, just like the starter kit
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mhm.
Okay. So she would take whatever you would allow her to take.
I have a question about the sickle.
Yeah.
Does it look like one of these Silver Maiden style weapons? Or is it just like a standard sickle?
Make a religion check. Looks like a ethereal sickle.
Okay.
It's a good catch, though.
Do you tell me that it's that kind of sickle?
He just stares at it.
No, it's just it's like one of those like mind games with Luke, and he's just trying to like test his own memory.
Is there anything
Uh-oh.
over here? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
There was, but Yusuke took it off.
Okay. Is there anything in this potion thingy?
There's some boiling, some type of strange alchemical concoction in there.
What does it smell like?
Take a big whiff.
I do, yes, because she doesn't understand wafting.
It smells like flowers. With a very,
Does it smell like the poison?
very aromatic floral scent to it.
It's like a similar flower concoction with the poison.
It smells like the blight outside. It smells like what you found on the end of or inside Byron's bowl.
Okay. Then she would use the vials that she found throughout and fill up like 3 vials of this poison. Try and be extra careful with it because she knows it's dangerous.
Okay. Make a
Oh god.
d20 plus your dex bonus. Because you don't have proficiency with alchemical tools yet.
Nope, not at all. So that's like scooping up a vial.
Mhm.
You need to. Okay.
Because there's a special way you have to scoop up this potion.
Makes sense.
All of a sudden you
Lick your
hear,
fingers afterwards.
you guys
This
are
is the
you're
first time.
in here talking in the room, and all of a sudden you hear, ah! And it could explode in size and is almost 20 feet tall. Just
Holy crap! That's awesome.
She stops moving.
your head's almost touching the ceiling. You're just,
She crouches down a little bit, kind of like a chicken would sit.
you'll talk like this.
She doesn't talk. She really hopes nobody's noticing her. She would grab the extremely tiny vial, the next one, then try to scoop up the second vial.
Roll d20 plus 3.
Oh god.
Four more large Econix appear behind you, and they mirror your cat. You have mirror image yourself, so they mirror
She
what
has
you
no
do.
idea.
Just, so when you move,
She
they
has no
all.
idea what's happening.
Lucan and Silas, you both would see. It's everyone but Yusuke is in the vantage point to see this.
Everybody but
Lucan's
the
gonna
important
join
person.
the room.
And then for her third vial, because she doesn't know what happened.
What on earth are you doing? Why are there 4 of you, and why are you so big?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh,
My dog is extremely upset.
Resmir, preserve us. Your voice is terrifying.
She turns around and she's like, oh, oh, oh.
That's
and
what
they
I
all,
rolled.
like, do the same thing. So
Oh.
Whatever
What are you, Jabba the Hutt?
doing, I suggest you stop.
she kind of looks like she's
Wookie.
gonna cry. She just sits down.
About this time, you shrink back in size.
Yuska,
That was fantastic.
I don't know what happened.
Those are D1000 rolls, and you hit both.
So she has I guess 2 of those potion vials, 2 of those potion things, and then an empty vial. What is so? Is the purple wild magic, or is
Yeah.
that the? Is the blue wild magic?
Hmm?
So they're both wild magic,
Hmm?
but one of them smells like the poison that Baron had.
You haven't smelled the other one yet.
Jesus,
You want to smell the other one?
bring me so.
Bring me solo into Wookie.
So, okay, I'll write this down. Anyway, that's E.
If you walk to the blue one, it smells like floral too.
She did. She went to the blue one first.
Mhm. Yeah, they
And
both
she
smell
got
like
those
flowers.
potions.
Yep.
Does it smell like the same flower or different?
They both smell like the same flower. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hurry up, let's go. The rest of the group is going on farther, and I don't want to get left behind.
Okay, Can we just not talk about what happened, please? Yuska would be
I
pretty
mean-
mad.
I think everybody but Yuska saw it, so you're gonna have to talk to everybody probably about that.
But why? I mean, only you're talking to me about it. So, so we just don't need to talk.
For now.
No,
Someone
it's
else
okay.
might bring it up.
No, please. I think it's okay.
So
No, I clean.
no clean. I clean. This is a Family Guy. No clean. I clean. In front of you, Yuska. Oh, okay. Because now I have to do this. In front of Yuska, you hear.
Masturbation.
I can't make sad whimpering noises after doing that. There's someone in pain behind this door. It's a wooden door with an iron latch on the front and a keyhole on the top, and it's an iron wrought door.
Is it locked?
I will check to see if it's locked.
You go to open it. It's locked.
I'll pick lock it.
You got it. Doesn't seem like a very well made lock, so you go over there and you're very quickly able to, with the 13, just and you hear the latch click.
Then
I will open the door then.
So as the door opens, the moment the door opens, a whimpering moan can be heard from the center of the chamber. A human man, hard to tell which ethnicity, is strapped to a large rack. It's hard to tell his ethnicity because flesh is missing in places and replaced with large glass and metal cauldrons that seem to be extracting blood from his body, mixing the blood into some strange reagents, and then pumping the blood back into this man. Around the room, shackles are mounted to the walls where previous prisoners must have spent their final moments. There are 8 shackles in total. A Wererat, and he looks like this. Missing much of its fur, which has in turn scabbed over and turned into pus pimples and rotted skin, looks over as the door pushes open with a screech. He has various vials and bombs strapped around his waist and shoulders. No, the experiment is not yet ready for the mistress.
We'll step in and go off to the side. Let room for everybody else.
When you step in, and you just see this contraption just pumping, pulling blood out, mix it into the vials, and then pumping the blood back into his body. And as it pumps it in, you can see almost something like writher under his body, and his chest heaves up for a bit, like, and then it slowly dissolves. And then his leg grows in size, and then it slowly goes back to form. Soon he'll be ready, soon.
What are you doing to this man?
Making my creation for the mistress.
And you think that she would condone what you're doing to him? He looks obviously in pain.
Pain comes and goes. He will become something greater.
Who is the mistress?
Who are you?
Well, she didn't tell us her name. So I knew.
Yusuke will pull out the red vial.
The guards let you pass. I have enough of this already, though. He's almost done. Have you come to help me accompany my creation to the mistress? Whoever speaks makes deception.
God damn it.
Is that
I don't know. She said witches before he said that, so.
Yeah, up to you guys. Your choice.
What did Sylvia say?
I said yes.
So at the same time, Sylvia said yes, and then Ikanik said witches. Like witches, blank, blank, blank. So.
Sylvia, roll deception.
Oh, dang it.
You lie. What did you do to the guards?
He just joined the party.
The body starts to writhe. You see his chest heave and sink, heave and sink. And the Wererat alchemist looks down at it. It seems it's almost time.
I whisper to Lucan, saying,
I'm gonna frostbite the guy.
God damn it. We can talk this through. We've entered
Are you
combat
sure
2
about that?
times. We could have tried better.
Yusuke's got a bad feeling about what's about to happen. He's gonna kill the corpse.
Yeah.
Well, the soon to be whatever the fuck.
Are you attacking? Are you attacking the alchemist or are you attacking the corpse?
I'm attacking the guy.
The corpse.
Not the corpse.
Okay.
You're attacking the corpse?
Sure.
Oh,
So
Ikanik does not approve.
let's roll initiative, and then I'll give you the attack. Oh, look at that alchemist roll.
Oh god.
This is called boss fight music.
Of course. Just before Yusuke shoots him, I whisper to Lucan, saying, "We should deal with that person on the table. Looks like something's about to happen."
So as you say that, Yusuke reaches out and frostbites the corpse, and as the corpse bubbles a bit, his chest expands, and the frostbite puts a hole into it, and you see this congealed blood start to ooze out of it slowly. Just.
Do we know? Are we familiar with that color that's coming out of him?
It's crimson. It's a dark red. But this blood, as it comes out dark red, it stays dark red and hits the ground. It's almost like sludgy.
Huh.
The alchemist is going to step back. No, it's too soon. And what's my range on this? I gotta get closer. He's going to throw a laughing gas bomb at Silas.
Why?
Double miss! A bomb lands in front of you and does nothing. Eek.
I still laugh.
Wait, is it like an attack bomb, or what? Did it just go off?
Yeah, so this guy is an alchemist, same as Simon Collins, and he just missed his bomb throw. But if it would have hit you, it would have made you laugh.
Did you see my comment in the chat? Like,
No.
it's Wererat Simon
Yeah,
Collins?
it's where Simon Collins.
Okay, so it's Zeke's turn. Clearly we're fighting. She has no spells left. So, she's going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and she's gonna hide behind this table.
So you get next to the table, and the blood is spilling out next to you. Just.
Sorry, there's my dog behind me trying to pick up his phone. She's gonna do an action to sneak.
Sure.
Or stealth to hide.
Wow.
Proficiency.
A 1 and a crit? Man.
Any proficiency with it. No.
That sucks.
She doesn't crouch. She's just kind of standing, very engrossed with the sludge that's coming out of this thing's body.
Okay.
That's gonna be your dude.
Before you go, Sylvia, the Wererat's gonna use his legendary action to throw a laughing gas bomb at Silas again. 17.
Hey, it's that time.
So this is not like the bomb, so as a bonus action, it changes the type of gas it is. So you need to make a con save. Does no damage to you. He passed. I will make you laugh before I die. Sylvia,
I'll take a shot at him with my short bow.
you got it? 22
I
hits.
finally hit something. Oh my god. And then I'm gonna move. All over here.
You got it? Yuska.
Yuska is still concerned about this guy turning into something. Gonna run up and just like take his action to like pull whatever he's wired up to just like off of him.
Okay. Roll a d6. 6. So as you rip some of the attachments out of this man's body, his body withers, and you see the life fade from his eyes. But as it does, because you pulled it out, you rip some of the same blood that's oozing out has been ripped apart and thrown away from this corpse, and like splatters around the room around you, which will make sense next turn.
It doesn't. Ikenik does it.
No.
Okay. That's my action, my movement.
Raz has played with me too long.
Yeah. I got the bad feeling, so that's my turn.
Silas.
Alright. I will run up. To this side of him. And swing with flail.
Miss. Oh man.
And be done.
Alright, as a bonus action, Lucan is going to recast the hex from the earlier fight onto the alchemist.
Yeah, blink.
And then I'm going to shoot him with Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. 18 hit. Ooh, 10, and your force. Yeah, you give it to anybody that wants to join.
Yeah, and then I'm going to step forward a little bit.
14. So your Eldritch Blast smashes into the Wererat and takes off part of his shoulder, and his shoulder kind of hangs there for a bit. He looks very wounded. Before the Wererat goes, exploded out of the body that was before you is a blood-like pulsing creature that looks like this. This massive congealed blood oozes out of the pores that were ripped apart, but because since you pulled that blood out of it, he took 6 points of damage before he came out. So he's not as formed as he was, but this mound of hard, sludgy, ooze-like blood erupts from this guy's body, and his initiative is a 2. God damn it! So this blood ooze has erupted from this man, thanks to the alchemical concoction that they're pumping into his blood. The Wererat is going to use teleportation bomb to avoid the attack opportunity and appear over here. Shabink. So he throws a bomb to the side and then he disappears in a poof of smoke and appears behind it. Eek.
That was entirely unexpected.
Was for Raz. You can do.
Thanks, Yuska. Thanks.
That was, yeah.
Well, if she climbed on top of Yuska, is that an attack of opportunity?
As long as Yuska doesn't move now.
But if Yuska moved, would that be an attack of opportunity onto both of us?
On one of you guys.
One of us.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a reaction. Attack.
Yeah. As long as you stay within 5 feet, and Yuska's in 5 feet, so. But remember, when you climb on Yuska, it makes him move at half speed. Because he has it makes him move slower.
But so if I ignore difficult terrain, and if I just kind of like, lightly tap on his shoulders as he taps, it's kind of like distributing weight properly so it doesn't. Okay, now I'm done.
I don't think it works. that
It's
way.
fine.
No.
It's fine.
It doesn't work that way, Laura.
Doesn't, I know. I'm sorry. I'm scumbagging. I'm going to be startled, and Ekanik is going to beak attack and peck this blood clot.
You got it.
Oh no, Hunter's Mark. I'm sorry. That's gone.
A couple things happen here.
And, yeah, that's 7's gone.
Number 1 is your attack hits and deals 2 points of damage. Number 2 is when you touch the blood
God damn
ooze, he drains 5 hit points from you,
Ooh, buddy.
and he heals for
Okay.
5. So you pecked him, and as you pecked him, you deal 2 damage. But because you hit him, he drained life and drained 5 health from you instantly, and healed it back up. So
What does
he,
that feel like?
it's a burning sensation, and it also, as it burns, well, because you stuck your beak in, it burns and it smells like flowers. This guy is very floral.
Okay, so he goes in for a bite instinctively, lets a little shriek, and then as she pulls back, she kind of like goes like, "Oh my god, look at her!" And then like her beak really, really hurts.
It burns, and your beak is it's like it's lost a little bit of its color. It's a little whiter than it was, which was
It's
already kind of white.
whiter?
Yeah,
Oh, it's like swollen.
it drains.
White.
It drains blood from your cheeks. Makes you
She's already white.
makes you appear a little more pale. I guess pale. Pale the color?
Well, I think so because like, if you look dead, it looks different than white. If you're white, like feathers. I'm not
You,
being
you look
creepy.
zombie-like.
Okay. Then she's gonna freak out a little bit, and then that's gonna be the end of her turn because she's not gonna move.
You got it?
I'm trying to press done.
Sylvia,
I'm gonna take a shot at that Wererat.
you got it. Bam. So your short bow, as the teleportation bomb goes off and he appears away from Silas, but as he does, your arrow comes and hits the Wererat, killing him. The Wererat is dead.
I'm just gonna move back 5 more feet and then
Nice. Yuska. I love your PJs, Tyler.
Let's see. Yeah. All right. We'll roll the gambit. So entangle,
16?
of course. That's against all my spells. Jesus. Bonus action. Son of a bitch. Bonus action, I'll throw my last balm at Eek. So that is. Ooh.
Nice one.
So 6 healing plus 1 temporary, so 7 hit points. I don't want to leave Eek there.
This Blood Ooze
Cool.
picture is from Pathfinder, by the way. If anyone played Pathfinder back in the day. It's an awesome picture. Silas, the alchemist, has been slain by the arrow as he teleported away, and then the roots erupted from the ground. But it like went through the ooze, and the ooze just kept squirming around it and didn't have an effect.
Seen Eek freak out when she pecked at it, and is seemingly getting strong. Pull out his crossbow. And pop a shot.
You got it. 20 hits for 3. Nice. The arrow goes through the ooze and then hits the ground behind it, but you can see that the blood ooze where the arrow hit, there's a hole now where it was. Something like Jello.
And Silas will move there.
Lucan.
Alright, Lucan is going to... He's going to use his inspiration to get advantage on his next attack. And he's going to cast Guiding Bolt on the Blood Ooze.
Guiding Bolt, nice. Oh!
Jesus Christ. That's nasty. So
Oh!
I'm assuming a 9 does not hit.
No.
That would have been,
That would have been so much damage. Ah!
Yeah, that's fun.
And he uses inspiration.
That's like.
Yeah.
Ah.
Well, the inspiration was I can't miss if I get to roll 2 d20s.
Man, that damage roll is so good too. He had 2 6s in there.
Yeah. We're just gonna pretend the damage roll is rolled. Lucan's gonna take a step back and then.
That's like 10 nat 1s tonight. Holy god.
That's a lot of that ones. Alright, the blood's gonna roll to see who he attacks. 1 is Eek, 2 is Yuska. Yuska! It moves into your space and hits you with Cytopod. 1, miss. Wererat, you're dead. Get out of here. Eek! So if you see the attack, the first damage it does damage, and then the second damage does damage and heals.
Okay. Well, shit. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do that attack of opportunity. I'm gonna go away. 10, 15, 20, 25.
You're gonna take the swing?
Yep.
Okay. 19.
Nope.
Oh, damn.
For 18.
18, 10 heal. He's back to full now.
Nice. Thanks.
That doesn't cause her to go down, but she is limping. She's back. So, is it a bonus action to take a potion?
Yeah. Bonus action
Okay.
to drink, house rule, action to administer.
Okay. So, as an action, she is going to chuck. Hold on.
You're gonna drink a wild magic potion?
Yes, I am. She's gonna chuck her
Oh my god.
She's going to. She knows from experience. She got big and then times 4.
Metal
so,
just looked at me like, oh. Metal's over here watching.
Sorry, Yuska.
She's like, oh.
So for her action, she's going to chuck her javelin, her steady javelin,
Okay.
at the blood ooze. Excuse me, doggo. Yes, I know. Please find good luck. I don't trust anything. I'm just gonna manually type it in to avoid those nats. It's a +7.
17 hits.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, now I should have, done it. It is a 1d4 plus 3.
7 damage.
Oh yeah.
She's gonna time everything now the rest of the way.
Okay, she chucks her javelin. She pulls the potion out of her bag or her side pocket, and she drinks a wild magic potion, and she's dead. I'm sure.
This is what I rolled.
God, I'm terrified.
An eye appears in the center of your forehead for the next minute. You have advantage on perception checks. So an eye, a third eye.
Does she feel it?
Oh yeah, it just, and all of you can see it too. The eye disappears in her head.
She looks around and she's like, I see things so well. And that's her turn. That's it.
That's a good gamble, Sylvia.
Oh, buddy.
I'm gonna shoot it with my bow. With inspiration.
It's not D&D, guys, unless you gamble.
13 damage, nice.
See, I just gamble when I do my normal rolls.
Well, then now my turn.
Part of the ooze now has like, you know Terminator 2 where the guy gets cut and he's running like half his body's falling apart? That's what he looks like right now, just half his body is... Yuska.
Yuska's gonna go full tank. I will wild shape into an axe beak.
That's the bird, right?
Yep.
Big bird?
I think that is like the most HP or like the highest hit die that I have.
Alright. And... Yuska. Cool. You should. He's at the very top by the journal now. Should be able to move him.
Yeah, there we go. So wild shape, axe beak, and I'm just gonna hold my ground.
Dodge action.
Yeah, I will take the dodge action.
Cool. So he's a very large, two-legged bird-like creature. Tall, flightless bird, long legs, almost like a velociraptor, but large beak that comes out almost like an axe head. Silas.
Alright.
Smart
I've
move.
seen that. I will do the same as last go.
Oh. Wait, 12 hits. 12 hits. For 8 damage. You shoot over the axe beak's shoulder and or his, yeah, I guess shoulder. His side. And smash it to the ooze. And the ooze splits apart more. Lucan.
Alright, Lucan is going to step next to Eek and Eek, and he's going to rest his hand on the top of her head, and he's going to use his healing light.
So kind.
9.
And then he's going to shoot the blood ooze with an Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. 16 hits. 6 force. This thing is full of holes and falling apart, but it's still congealed enough to fight. The ooze is going to swing at the axe beak. 14?
Dodge action, so it's a 9.
9? Is that a miss?
So that's a miss.
Gotcha. Eek.
When Lucan healed her, she would look at Lucan with like such happiness.
3 eyes of happiness.
Is it still open? I thought it disappeared.
Open for a minute.
And she blinks, all 3 of them, at the same time.
Just
Thank
keep
you.
in mind, the healing, it helps afterwards, but the immediate effect feels almost like a pinching pain.
Yeah, it's a burn when he heals you.
She is used to being shocked
Yeah.
every time she heals herself, so it's not that different. A little different. Okay, so she's going to now. She's going to take out her short bow and she's going to shoot an arrow at the blood ooze.
You got it. It's a bonus action, short bow. Arrow flies and 9 hits for 6.
Well, I tried. And she's going to go scuttle backwards behind the storm.
Sylvia.
And just keep shooting it with my short bow. Till it dead.
You and me both.
Ooh. So that 19 damage puts a hurt on the blood ooze, and it's almost fully split in half, and it's starting to the congealness is starting to fall into like a liquid state. It's starting to fall apart right in front of the axe beak. It looks very badly wounded.
Well, end my turn.
Yuska.
Don't want it to heal off me, so dodge action again.
You got it.
Maybe. Roll 20, please. There we go.
Silas.
Alright. Well, let's see what we can do with our crossbow.
20 hits for 7. It's falling apart in front of your eyes, but it's still holding on. Lucan.
Lucan's gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Oh no.
He said there was only 10 left.
It had 2 health left.
I really hope it doesn't gain like 20 health here.
Oh,
We're not
no.
gonna talk about it if it does.
That's so funny.
I took dodge action. The AC on this creature is not very high, though.
Oh, that's so good. Alright, Blood Ooze is gonna attack you.
My
8.
low rolls.
8 misses!
Oh, I missed.
Nice.
He's gotta do 1 point of damage to kill it. You're muted.
Alright, I repeat myself. She takes her arrow with her third eye open, and she pulls back and she shoots at the blood ooze. Hopefully missing axe beak over there. Oh, God. And then there's Colossal Slayer, not that it matters, but that's like a D8. It doesn't matter.
Sir, how do you want to kill the blood ooze?
Well, I feel like her third eye needs to be important with this. So is there a certain weak spot of the ooze? Because if there is, then she would be like, oh, that's where it is. And she would aim true, and it'd slide past the axe beak's feathers. And it would strike that weak spot, that little tendon that's holding it together. And when it does, it just dies.
The ooze just falls into liquid around the axe beak, and you see the remnants of the man who was having the blood removed and pumped back into his body, laying there dead. The Wererat alchemist is also dead in the corner. But you were victorious.
As the axe beak, Yuska will just kind of wander over and like peck at him to see if he can find something of interest.
Oh my God.
Sam's gonna search him too.
So going through.
You just gotta kill him more!
The axe beak will assist Silas.
Oh my God.
Don't use your beak to chop him off.
I'm gonna move the axe beak's thing under your character thing.
Yeah.
And as you search, so he has 2 things of note. One is he has a very long, it looks like a wand, but it extends into a candlestick. So it's like a very well made candlestick with a handle at the bottom of it. And the second thing is he has a small brown pouch, and you can, as you pick it up, there's a clinking of coin. And as you look inside, $12 gold, 32 silver, and 14 copper are in this brown satchel. So you have this very well made, strangely looking like a candlestick / wand, and then the gold and coin. But as you're taking off this alchemist, you're very careful because he's covered in burn marks in and like the ooze that forms out of his pussy and pimples, that you kind of avoid it as you grab stuff from him.
Before the minute wears off for Eek's third eye, can I do a perception check around the room?
Sure.
So this is right after killing him. Actually, I do.
Couple things stand out. One is all of the shackles look to have been used except for the one closest to you over here.
Okay.
The second one is the man that on the table appears to be not a human, but actually a Sanguis as you've gotten closer and looked at it.
Oh.
Besides that, this room is pretty barren for the most part, but you do get that strong scent of the floral smell that comes from the blood and from whatever they are pumping into the man's body. The canisters are full of that same floral scent.
Something? Okay. Maybe. Then she would head over to that bottom right shackles and try to see if there's something unusual about it.
Nothing stands out. You just imagine that they had 7 people chained up instead of 8.
Okay.
Yuska drops his wild shape.
So Silas would take the gold, leave the silver.
Sylvia finds one of his arrows as he searches the room. The other ones have shattered and smashed on the sides.
I would like to find an arrow as well.
I suppose I should as well.
Roll d10s.
I think I only did 2.
You find both.
Oh, lovely.
Silas, you find one of your crossbow arrows.
Oh, do I find my javelin?
With the 7, yeah.
Okay.
So now you have this very well made candlestick, some gold. You found the alchemist's journal.
Eganik would like to kind of examine this contraption, the thing that hooks up this very interesting potion contraption to this man. She loves it. She finds it very interesting. If there's anything of note.
It's pretty well made. You can see where that how they take out the blood while at the same time pumping in the blood to keep the specimen alive. Looks like there's some thought behind it.
Can she understand it? Like, can she learn to recreate it, or of something similar where you take in and give back, sort of switch out, the switcheroo.
Make an intelligence check. So make a pure intelligence roll.
Oof.
It's pretty well made. You might be able to resemble it. You think you might have a problem setting up the devices that pull and push blood, but
Can I tell that it's connected to those potion cauldrons out there, or do I not know where it's getting its source from?
yeah, it's pretty easy to understand that it's connected to the barrels that were in the room where you just came from, and they were hooking up.
Visibly?
Yeah, they were hooking up the barrels. It's pretty, because the barrels look exactly the same that have been pulled and put, and you also get the sense that they took each individual and did this process to each one. And as they did the process, whatever was inside this person was made from all 7 of the blood being mixed and pumped in over and over and over, mixed with this alchemical connection or component that they put in.
That is not healthy. Thank you.
I'd look at the wand that Brett had and say, I have no use for this. Bear, why don't you take it?
Bear.
Really?
Yuska will grab it.
Looks like that.
If I don't mind me, but I wouldn't mind us making an agreement that magical items and the gold that we find that we don't need to use, we can use that to gather the resources so we can find out what they actually do, instead of just pocketing the gold and never using it again. So that is something I can do. I can identify things. I just need to buy the things to let me do that. And
Well, if we're going to be hunting these people down, I mean, if we're working together, we should share. So I'm okay with that.
all right, awesome. That sounds like a plan then. Speaking of these people we're hunting for, Sylvia, you said that you worked with the Resistance, and from the notes that you showed us, it seems like there's a connection between the Resistance and what we're dealing with here.
Yeah,
Is
it
this true?
seems that way, but I've never heard of any of this happening before.
Because I'm getting this sneaking suspicion that this Resistance or rebellion isn't as good as they claim, or at least as good as I assumed they would be.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to completely wipe out the Sanguis race, rather than just get rid of its leaders.
I mean, I suppose it's a noble cause, but this isn't how Razmir would want to do it. And that's something that needs to be fixed.
I agree, nobody should have to go through whatever this poor soul did. There's only one person that would deserve that in my books.
I don't think anyone would deserve this, no matter how high their station is.
Well, let's make sure that this never happens.
Well, it might not. The journal, assuming it's up to date, they didn't say anything about their mistress actually meeting them yet, so we might have killed and stopped this before it was too late.
That's true. We should also destroy everything in here.
Well, I don't know if that's necessary. Because this just seems like a harmless transference device with liquid. And I'm pretty interested in it.
You're
So
saying
it-
that what we just fought was harmless.
No. That was like a bad creature that probably wanted to cause harm. I felt harm. But what I'm saying is these like rods over there and this one over there. I think it's pretty cool, and I think that maybe with some cleaning, we could take it with us, and I can learn how to.
There are some things, Ekenik, that should not be experimented on.
Oh,
Whatever these things
why?
are, we just create that same thing.
But no. What if we just change the ingredients? Because clearly it was doing a pull and a push. So if I pull in something and push out something, then it won't create the same thing because I'm not going to do those same ingredients.
But it was designed to kill Sanguis.
And maybe that's because of the ingredients. Maybe there was silver in it.
Let us just be thankful that this abomination did not see the light of the sun. And at that, Lucan is going to take out his mace and he's going to walk over towards some of the glass parts of the contraption. If someone wishes to stop him, he can. But
Ekenik is going to try to save the parts of the contraption nearest to her.
I'm gonna try and push her away.
She's gonna try to take this out of the ground. I don't know if it's in the ground. I don't know how it's done, but she is going to try to save like a coil and the thing with the rod. I don't know what it is, but she's gonna try to save her portion of it.
If you want to push her, make a push attack, which is just like a attack roll.
Do I add any strength or dex modifiers?
Yeah,
Do I do it?
whichever one. He's just pushing you.
I can't contend it. Contest it.
He missed. He goes to push you. Your AC is too high. He like hits you a bit, but you're able
Got out of the
to
way.
you're able to hold on to it and.
Hold on to it. Like, Yusuke, let's go. I need this.
Yusuke's just looking confused, like, why?
No, I need it. I saw it down. No, I didn't. I need it. She's like clinging on to this.
After
Very
Lucan
heavily.
smashes the first portion of it, he's going to look over toward Ekenik and he's going to ask her to put down her portion.
No.
And And at that, he's going to cast Minor Illusion to make it look like he summoned a bird cage to trap
This
the
is going
bird.
to step forward and just hold his hand out like, nah. Well, he's going to try to stop Lucan.
What's the minor illusion?
It's just like a golden bird cage spawns around you, so it looks like you're trapped.
That is racist, you motherfucker! Absolutely racist! Do you think
Luckily,
I ever
you're not very tall, so the
Do you
illusion
know what I
like
know
just
what a bird
barely
cage
contains
is?
you.
I don't even. Can I roll an intelligence check to know what a bird cage is?
I think you would roll. As
I
if
did
you
not
could
grow
tell
up
the
in
illusion.
human society.
I mean, it's a
I grew up
cage.
in the woods with a bear.
Yeah, cage.
It's a cage. He's making a cage in front of
It's
you.
a cage.
Yeah.
It's a nice little cute little cage with the owl inside of it.
I'm gonna ask Yusuke to ask Ikinik to put it down,
But
or
I
I'm
can
gonna
still
have to get nasty.
I can still roll an intelligence check to see if I know it's an illusion.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, in my few seconds,
Well, Yusuke will think to himself for just a second. He'll just say, I don't think it would hurt to keep a little piece of this contraption. At the very least, we can learn something from it later.
she's holding on to it. She's off the ground.
I don't want this getting out. I don't want to see the end of my race.
I just want to know what it's like. Like, I don't want to do the same thing, and I'm not saying that Sanguis are bad people. You are fine people. I just want to know how to do it with different things because it could be good. She's holding on in the cage.
Eek, I asked
Well,
you
whatever-
to put it down. There's whatever this
I
is.
can't put it
just
down.
a
It's already
dark
on the
path.
ground. But why? Why? I think I don't. You know, maybe
Did you
guys
not
might think it's
see-
okay.
The man that was pulsating and that thing.
Yes.
That is.
I'm not
You're telling me
creating
that you
the
feel
man.
confident and comfortable in recreating an experiment similar to that?
Thanks for the follow,
No,
M. Cook. Appreciate it, man.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to create the same thing. I'm not gonna put the poison with this thing, and nobody even knows what it is anyway. And there's not gonna be blood involved because that's bad. So
We might
what if-
not know
what-
exactly what it is,
wait,
but we
can I
do
just-
know
okay,
that whatever it
mm.
was designed
Mm.
specifically to restart the Sanguis plague.
What if? What?
As
well,
much as I don't agree with them,
Well, I
that is
don't.
an extreme step.
There's
No.
nothing wrong with a glass contraption.
What if? What if I ask
Whatever
Resmir and it's glass? So you know,
I can
like
assure
what?
you,
what-
Resmir would not agree with
You
this.
know, I mean, are you, sir, Resmir?
As a devout follower of the light, I know with faith that he would not be accepting of this creation.
Okay, hear me out. So alcohol, you know, is bad. Yuska, she looks at Yuska. She has one winged arm over the contraption in the cage. Yuska, he has taken down quite a few drunken humans.
As you're speaking,
Humans.
an arrow flies under your arm and smashes the thing behind you with a 12.
Do I get hurt?
No, it just shatters. As you're holding it, it goes under you with a 12 and hits and shatters.
Yusuke's eyes are gonna go big, and he's gonna stand like right in front of Sylvia.
This music is very good. She's
Is there any
looking.
contraption left?
Hmm.
Is there anything like left of it?
Oh yeah, you got it. So you destroyed this part. There's still these two parts.
Okay.
She says, not that quietly, Imara, and she turns around. And she sees that Yuska is very upset with Sylvia, and she looks at Sylvia and she says, smite it. But that's it. She's in a cage.
I will not allow any of this technology to leave this cave.
You don't even know what it does.
So let's roll
We know
investigation.
exactly what it does. We just
You
fought.
just think it harms still like the bloodlust people, and there's a lot of things that harm Ursus, and there are a lot of things that harm like Avis, including you, and she points to Sylvia and Lucan, and she's
Yuska's gonna
I
lean
don't
back
kill
and just
you.
glare at Eek and Eek, and then glare, just like lean into Sylvia. Just his eyes, like, huge. And he's just gonna look back and say, Eek, let's just drop it for now.
Well, why can
Eek,
Silas?
little buddy.
Yeah, three Silas.
Okay.
Well,
They're
he
right.
has stuff
Make my way
too.
back.
Silas
No,
makes his
he
way
has
back into
stuff
the room.
too. Okay, sorry, I'm so sorry.
We see Silas walk back into the room. He's been gone for like 10 minutes. He's returned. No one saw him leave.
She didn't.
There are more
she didn't
things
believe
that
it all, but when she sees them, she's like, he took
Yeah.
stuff too.
There's more at stake here, and we can deal with whatever we've found here as soon as we leave.
But if everything's bad in here, then you need to destroy the vials, and you need to destroy the potion and the poison and whatever we took.
Well,
That was my plan. Possibly not the vials that we've already taken, because we've seen that it hasn't done harm to you.
we still need to figure out what this blight is. If we are to heal this place, we can't just destroy everything. Destroying everything doesn't tell us what is going on.
That is a fair compromise.
I will allow
Just keep
you.
in mind, whatever this concoction and everything was, and those very same vials you have, by the words of those journals, it looks like that's what's infecting the land. So you can confidently say that this contraption that potentially is harming your nature, you want to keep it functioning
No,
and possibly use it yourself.
that is
No.
incorrect. That is like
we need
saying
to
a
learn
sword.
about it. We need to learn about it so we can reverse what it's doing. After that, we can destroy it.
Yes, because a water can kill someone, and water can heal someone. You can drown someone, or you can drink water and have life. This contraption, and she turns to the other two that she can't reach because she's in a cage. This contraption can maybe do good things. We don't know, and I'm very interested to know. It killed someone today, but it could heal someone tomorrow.
I'll let you guys study it as long as we stay here and study it, and afterwards we destroy it.
What if I
I
can get it to
think
heal
we
someone?
Probably continue on, and maybe after a rest, but we shouldn't linger here for much longer.
If you can get it to
Don't-
heal someone, that's a different story.
I don't feel comfortable with you strapping someone onto this machine to attempt to heal them.
No, I don't want the
We have
whole
other
thing.
known means of healing people.
I don't want the whole thing though. I just want one like pole with one like I don't know what it's called, but the thing to go towards the person. Just one of each. And then that way I can study it maybe, and I can learn what the happens with the stuff maybe.
You can study it here.
But I can't. But I mean, Yusuke can probably take it with us. He carries a lot of stuff.
It'll fit in the back of holding.
And if it
Here,
gets
little
into
buddy,
the wrong
put it in-
hands,
Put it in here.
Well, it should only go into my hands, and my hands are feathered, and those are pretty nice.
And after she puts it in the bag of holding, I'll look back
She
over
can't.
at Silas.
she's
Huh?
she's in the thing.
Oh.
She's in the cage.
I'm gonna shoot.
Lucan will snap his fingers, and the cage will just like float away like dust, endgame style.
You shot another one of the canisters?
Yeah.
Alright, so there's
She
one.
would immediately run to the other canister and cover it with her body as much as she can.
Okay. So the last canister you rush to and cover it.
She is holding on to it with as many spread out body parts as she can muster.
Interesting.
3 foot self.
So
before Yusuke leaves Sylvia, I'll just kind of half whisper to him. But if you ever try to hurt, myself or Eek ever again with one of those shots, I'll return you back to nature, and you will help heal the land.
We'll return you back to nature. Biggest big dick threat ever.
I'm not trying
And
to
then-
hurt Ikanik or you. I'm just trying to stop this from ever getting out of here, so that my race doesn't die because of
Whatever they're doing here will not be repeated, but never do that again. And I'll walk over and put the contraption Eek is covering into the bag of holding.
She doesn't let go at first because she thinks you're taking it away from her, like negatively. And she's like, no, please, I just want to keep it down. It's okay.
It'll be safer here, little buddy.
Can we also take like one of these coils too? I don't know what it does. And Silas won't talk to me about it.
All right, but we will have to destroy it once we know what it does.
Yeah.
All right, little buddy. I'll grab one of the coils too.
Okay. She like glares at Sylvia and Luke. Interested you.
I'll have you know I didn't harm you at any point, or another Aves.
And neither did I,
That
but
is-
you decided to harm my things and decide what was best for me. And
These
that is
things
what
aren't
was-
yours. You merely found them in a cave. You can't.
And
claim
they're not
that.
yours either, but I claimed them and you destroyed them, and you destroyed them both.
I'll
Since when
remind
have I
you.
harmed a blood drinker? I haven't.
This also wiped out
I mean-
many of my people 50 years ago.
And you have also wiped out many of my people, I'm sure. And I don't hold that against you. Ursus have wiped out many Avis.
I mean, you can't compare an actual pandemic to a potential.
Then why are
you
you
don't know.
comparing a machine to me?
I'm not. What?
I didn't harm anything.
We're not saying
Except
you
for this
did.
person.
What we're saying is these can get into the wrong hands, and a potential entire species can be gone. As much as they might not be the best species, I claim that is mostly to their culture and their leaders, not them themselves.
But I'm a good
This-
species.
As much as we want this destroyed, this will help us cure the land as well.
But
So, if the bear says we can destroy it after we cure
Yuska.
Yuska, then it will be destroyed.
Once Silas agrees to this, then I just immediately stop doing everything that I was doing and let you guys take.
She purposely wants to carry a piece of it.
No, in the bag.
Is it gonna hurt you? Like, am I gonna drop it and you're gonna die?
No, I would not like any of this visible or any outside eyes.
Well, then we'll leave it at that. Let it be known that with the ears of Resmir, it has been heard that when we leave this cave, this contraption will be broken.
You know, I think other gods heard it besides Resmir, but yeah.
Well, I don't know that for a fact. I don't speak to other gods, but I know Resmir heard it.
That's true.
The more we learn about what they're doing and this plague that they're concocting, the easier that we can learn how to cure it. And the easier it will be for me to administer that to this land that they're corrupting.
I know I don't know much about nature, but I will help however I can.
After all this has happened, it is very late in the day. It's dark outside if you were to look outside the cave. So what would you like to do? You could long rest here and deal with what might happen if you long rest here. Or you could venture off through the blight in the dark.
As they leave and it's dark out, the only person that Eek knows is affected by this is Lucan. She would hold out her feathered hand reluctantly, not that he can tell, and like kind of touches arm. She said, "If you need to see, I can help you."
Well, do we want to stay in barricaded venture out?
No, there's
Either-
bad things in here. We couldn't even keep the machine I wanted.
There's bad
Yeah,
things out
part of
there too, and it will be more difficult to see them late at night.
Not to mention, I don't feel comfortable leaving all of this unattended. Sylvia doesn't need to sleep. She can watch the door while we rest.
That's true.
That I can.
She'll take back her hand.
I mean, if you
Like
can grant me
Coca-Cola.
the ability to see in the night,
I just
Don't say no
thought,
to
you
that.
know, my hand would be okay. I should go
I
over
don't
to
think
you.
I have anything against you. You are still my companion.
Well, you. Can I roll an intelligence check to see if she knew that he put her in a cage? Minor illusion.
Are you
I
asking
don't-
if that's like a slight against
Can
you?
I do that?
Is that
No,
what
because
you're
I
trying?
don't think she would know.
Sure.
But I don't want to say that she doesn't know.
You understand it's against you. It's like a slight against your race.
Do I know that Lucan probably did it?
Yeah, he made a birdcage for a reason. Yeah.
Okay. She ignores you. And she like just leans against Yuska's leg.
So you were making you're going to long rest inside the cave tonight? With Sylvia watching the front door?
Figure if we can barricade right.
Okay. Yeah, wherever you guys want to spend your long rest to rest. Drop yourselves in that room.
Eek wants to investigate the entirety of the room, trying to see anything that the others might break for her and get it before they can.
Off the contraption?
No, the entire room. So she would go along each she would go along the walls.
Oh, you want... Well, only thing on the walls are the shackles. If you want to take the shackles, you could.
Do they look like they? I mean, they're shackles. They look like they harmed humans
Yeah,
or
they just-
humanoids.
They just had
and-
them up like this.
Yeah. Very unpleasant. There's
Mhm.
nothing else?
Mm-mm.
Okay, then she's fine. She won't do anything.
They made
Just stick with
every person that was shackled had to watch the blood be pulled from one person over the days that they did this, which you guys gathered was over 2 weeks from the journal. They had to be shackled and watch their brethren, the other Sanguis, have this horrible thing done to them.
Yeah, sounds like a Sanguis problem.
So you barricade yourselves with some of the stuff you found, some of the tables and debris. The four of you lay down for a long rest to get your health and your spells back.
Yep.
As Sylvia watches the front door, as you guys take your long rest, you all level to level 4.
Yeah. Such conflict, much water.
Bink. So if you want to make your hit dice rolls right now, so that the chat can see your super sweet health rolls before we end it for the night.
So great.
Remember, we re-roll once. And at level 4, you get your ability. You could either drop 2 into an ability, or you can take a feat. I also have homebrew
So
feats.
Are we doing any published feats? Or
Oh, the
Wait.
6! Oh, wait. D4?
Why is my... I'm a druid.
how do I roll hit dice again? Can you explain? Where did Joe go?
Joe just died.
Ah!
Joe died. Oh
Joe.
no. It's okay, I can take over. You know, the top
yeah,
half.
it's a D8.
Watch me, people of Roll20.
It's got your face skewed on the... If you look on
I'm
the
trying,
stream.
I'm trying.
It's just your
Yeah.
eyes. You're like, ah!
That's what I'm doing. Alright. How do I roll
Let's do this real
hit
quick.
dice? Twitch streamers? I have no idea.
Let's see what... I think you
This
just...
is really weird. My settings are
Fucking
my hit die is a
amazing.
D8, but on the sheet it's a D4.
Yeah, mine reset to D4 too.
Yeah, see?
Everyone's did. Huh. Must be a script thingy.
Well, let's click the cog. What does it say that
The cog is set. The settings are set correctly.
Mine's wrong. Mine says the hit dice is D4.
Yeah, it's gotta be a.
That's good.
Here it
What
is.
is the hit dice of a ranger?
So Ranger
Yeah,
is a D10.
D10. Oh, buddy.
Druid's-
Look at them math.
Druid's D8. Fighter, you're a D10. Rogue is a D8.
I'll take that.
D10. Ka-chow!
Then you add your con bonus.
It's D4 still.
You got to do a slash roll.
It's fine, yeah.
So Yuska 9 HP. Sylvia 9 HP.
Plus my con is what?
Silas 10 HP.
Oh my god.
Ekanik 4 HP.
28. 4, 5, 6, 7, 27.
And then we'll get Lukens when he comes back after his internet fixes itself. So
So we're level 4.
everyone's level 4. Next game. So this Thursday I'm going to do a live stream on setting up a new game in Roll20, and then do some map making. If you want to play in our new game, that's going to be a weekly Thursday game. Hop in our Discord and sign up in the forum.
You should do it.
Saturday we have the Dying Embers game, Season 2, Episode 2. They are going to be very close to level 12, which will be exciting. And then if you want to watch more Rise of Harlock, week from today on Monday at 7 o'clock. So hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for following and watching and hanging out with us tonight. And we'll see you on Thursday. See you, everybody. Bye.
Later.
Bye.